They want the streak to stop. They said, take a vacation. Take a break. You deserve it. It's been a tough year. Get some rest, relaxation, spend time with the fam. Give us a chance to get up in the algorithms. Give us a chance to, give some bullshit ass content to your supporters. Give us a chance to be uninterested and unentertaining, but still get a little bit of audience. They made a compelling argument, chat. We did our 30 for 30. Wasn't the easiest. Rocky up and down. They made a compelling argument, chat. However, after heavy contemplation, even my ops hit me up. Yo, listen, hey, we're not coming back till 2026 anyway. We're on vacation. Couple of niggas went to buy some pussy in Brazil. Couple other niggas went to tour Europe. Couple niggas in Bermuda. I know 3 niggas in Turks. Then Antigua and Anguilla. I told them to stay away from Jamaica though. Okay? Unless you about to get back. Couple went to DR. They said, come on, take a break. We're all taking a break. I told them this, chat. I'm back in the building. I'm excited to be here. It's nothing bigger than the chat. We might be on day 32. Who gives a fuck? We're still here, okay? Tomorrow is New Year's Eve. I'm very excited, and as we get to the end of the year, I always told you guys how I got to success. I do a lot of self-reflection on every New Year's. I've done this before I got popular. Since 2009, 2010. I always made a commitment to myself and I always made a promise to say, hey, listen, success doesn't come easy. You might not be the most talented, but you're the hardest worker. And this is why this 30 for 30 means a lot for me too. And this is why we're not fucking leaving. We ain't done yet. When nobody knew me, and maybe somebody's in this position, 500 subscribers, I think maybe I had 2,000. I said to myself, if I can't see myself doing this for another 10 years, but leave this shit alone. It's not for the weak, it's for the grinders. And it's been over 15 years. I made a commitment every time. And the commitment wasn't only for that year. The commitment was for 10 years post the next year. And I still take that. And you'll see, tomorrow we have our New Year's Eve stream. I'm committing towards 2035, not 2026. That's a part of it. But there's no need to start the journey. Nothing good comes quick. You got to grind for it. I hope you guys take that from me. You got to grind for it. Maybe you're lucky. Maybe it does come within a year, a couple months, maybe 2 years. But plan for 10. You got to weather the storm. And, even at this time, I feel like we have to do the same. I've gotten a new commitment towards what we were doing in terms of streaming, trying to be consistent. And I was really proud that we did accomplish a 30 for 30. But after doing the 30 for 30, I'm like, all right, we got a couple more days left in the year. I don't think we're done yet. Okay, we ain't done yet. So welcome once again. Thank you guys for joining. I do want to say, hold on. I hope my voice isn't fucked up. I can hear little cracks. Not my voice, but like the sound overall. I want to say this because tomorrow we're going to have a counter on. Chat. There's nothing bigger than the chat. But before it hits midnight tomorrow night and we go into 2026, King Academics, which is at 997,000 subscribers, needs to be 1 million. If y'all been enjoying this streak, Y'all want this to continue? We're going for higher heights, bigger peaks. And I refuse to get lazier as time goes on. I'm trying to drum up, especially with distractions. I've done a decent job in the last couple of months getting distractions the fuck away from me. We should be doing a lot more. So tomorrow's stream, you'll see this number up top. And even though we'll have a countdown towards when we're starting the new year, we're also starting a new challenge once we get to 1 million subscribers. We're about 2,500 away. We're about 2,500 subscribers away. I want to tell you something about that number. You know, this year was challenging, and we're going to get into it all tomorrow. We got topics to get to today. Good topics. But it was challenging this year. If you don't know, we started the year at, I believe, around 910. Around 910,000 subscribers. Some bullshit happened. And people were trying to cancel us. They thought it was the best time or the best opportunity in 15 years to get rid of us. Our subscriber number, and usually I've been through these cancellation things. Like if you watch me from all the way back, Ray Rice, I remember I made a video about that. People didn't like it. There's a little bit of a cancellation. I've had moments where people are like, never really seen subscriber dip. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing. The thing about a chat nigga is not a casual viewer. They don't just show up here. Because for you to rock with academics, you know that when you go out in public, just like when I go out in public, just like when I was in a DMV yesterday and someone said to me, yo, I was just watching a video of yours. You know the second thing he said to me? He said, I know you're getting a lot of hate right now. And for me, I was like, I don't notice because it's just normal at this point. If you are a chat nigga, you know, maybe in conversation you bring me up and maybe it's a female friend of yours, or maybe it's one of the homies, or maybe it's one of your little thug homies. They're like, man, fuck that nigga, man. That nigga's a bitch. And maybe you defend me a little bit, but after a while, you're like, you know what? Let me let cooler heads prevail. I'm not going to fight with this motherfucker, but ain't nobody going to stop me from watching act. Thank you. Thank you, guys, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. So, usually the chat nigga is not a casual fan. It's somebody who rocks with the movement. We do infighting here. It's one of those things, y'all might be in the chat like, Ack, you bugging. You tripping. Why are you saying this? Man, you being biased. But when this stream ends and you walk out and you debating with your friends, you got to hold up the face. You a chat nigga. That's what it is. I always know when I meet a chat nigga, I went to ComplexCon not too long ago, about a month ago. I could tell. It's before they say it. It's the smile they start to form and the smile I have. Usually those people I give an embrace. I know you're a chat nigga already because it's a shared identity. This year was tough. Early on, we started with over 900,000 subscribers and we got knocked down below 900. We got knocked down to about 880 something. They were trying to get us the fuck on out of here. Like usual, the chat niggas bunkered down and said, come on, we gonna get this together. And likewise, I said to myself, I'm going to do my part. I'm going to bunker down too. We hit 900,000 twice. We had to. Because all the haters, the doubters were celebrating because they thought we were moving in the negative realm. I believe this February, I had the lowest viewership I've ever had on YouTube in 10 years. And for the people who've been waiting on what they felt was the inevitable downfall, they were like, our wishes finally came true. This is why this number, 1 million, means a lot to us, chat. And I know we're going to get there. I'm very confident we're going to get there before tomorrow night. I know it's 2,500 subscribers, but most of you guys already subscribed. So good. The point is, we had to hit 900 twice. And I think we will celebrate tomorrow, but reflect not only on the year in hip-hop, the year in pop culture, the year in culture overall, whether it's sports, entertainment, politics, music, movies, will also reflect on the year that we all been through. If I've gotten you through a minute of work, through a truck drive to another state, across country, couple overnights, you're trying to get some overtime because you got to go buy some gifts, you got to pay rent. I appreciate you guys, and tomorrow I'm gonna try to do some special stuff. Okay, so we'll plan for that, but I do want to point this out. This will be at the top of the screen tomorrow. We're gonna get to 1 million by tomorrow night. All right, chat. I love y'all. All right, cool. Let's get into some shit. Let me get on Meta as well. All right. Let's see. So you guys see the title. The Stefon Diggs thing is erupting as we speak. Where do you guys want to start? I'll open up the floor before we get into it. The Stefon Diggs thing is kind of intriguing because there's an angle where the NFL seemingly was trying to cover some stuff up. They were trying to cover this up. They didn't want this story to get this big. Why? It involves violence. It involves a man possibly being violent towards a woman. And by the way, I want to also be very measured. These are allegations. We don't know. We're not going to overstep and be like, oh, of course, we believe everybody who makes an accusation. Because God knows there's been accusations on a lot of people this goddamn year. Did we forget? Metro Boomin was accused of sexual assault. He spanked the case, put out a statement, and he said, listen, keep in mind, he was one of those people who used to retweet other people's allegations. But when he caught an allegation, good for him, he did beat it. Well, in civil court, because he was never charged. Most people aren't charged. He reflected on it and he said, it's very sad that people will always remember that I went through this. So we have to be very careful when we're dealing with these allegations. Nevertheless, Stefon Diggs has been accused of assault, of choking, of putting his hands on a female. And I know we talked about him yesterday, about the many baby mamas and this and the third, but apparently this time it wasn't about a baby mama. And for what I know now, I don't know if he was romantically involved with this woman, but she's labeled as his chef. I want to play this for you. Stefon Diggs. So the news just came down, and listen to this.
New England Patriots wide receiver Stefon Diggs is facing assault and strangulation charges from an alleged incident that officials say took place earlier this month. Diggs' attorney said in a statement that he denies these allegations. ESPN NFL Patriots beat reporter Mike Reese is tracking this story for us today. And Mike, these are...
Now, I want to put this as a bigger picture. Not necessarily do I think he's guilty or not, but it's important to show you these powerful companies that are worth billions of dollars, and sometimes they try to placate towards, oh, we protect women or we stand for these causes. They're full of shit. They're about the bottom line, and they'll never not throw a player under the bus, but they do try to avoid shit and, in Atlanta style, cover it up. This story broke. It's not like it happened yesterday. It broke because a in-court hearing where a judge was listening to potential charges that the DA was filing, Stefon Diggs' attorney called in and was trying to prevent this information from getting public. I've never heard of these things. This is like some Jeffrey Epstein shit. Not with the weird kid stuff, but with the, apparently, they wanted the court to suppress or seal the police report. That's odd. So the police report will be sealed. Why? That the media couldn't get a hold of it to report it, make it a big thing, that the league then has to have action and do something because the league claim they love women. So his attorney called in, but there was some reporters, like beat reporters, I believe, I think it's around Massachusetts. This is in Massachusetts, I believe. There were some beat reporters around that court that caught wind of it and was like, wait, Stefon Diggs, they're in court, they're hearing it. And because the judge is not, it's going to take inordinate circumstances for them to say, clear the courtroom, they realize, oh, that's a Patriots player that's involved in some shit before this was unreported. That's why this is spooky. Let me keep playing.
This alleged incident, it involves a woman who worked as a private chef for Diggs, according to court documents, and she says that he tried to choke her earlier this month. What can you tell us about what's in that criminal complaint?
Yes, Alex, the alleged victim told police that she was in a text exchange with Stefon Diggs about money owed to her, and that Diggs entered the unlocked bedroom at the home where she was working for Stefon Diggs, that Stefon Diggs allegedly slapped her across the face, attempted to choke her with his elbow, and then pushed her onto the bed.
Well, and according to court documents, the alleged victim here first did not pursue charges, but then decided to ultimately follow through with this. What can you tell us about that?
So the alleged incident occurred on December 2nd, and then the alleged victim...
Does that not strike you as odd? Now, I'm going to be fair on both sides. As men, we got to worry about this, and I hope everybody who's watching me becomes successful. So you're telling me an incident happens December 2nd. It's not immediately reported to the police. But they're, just remember I tell you, every girl got a picture of like maybe like a little slight bruise and who knows where that came from. But if y'all fall out, she's not going to say you used to beat her ass. And one might say, why that picture ain't come out when it happened? Because they're saving it. If you act right, it never comes out. If you willfully get extorted, it never comes out. If you give up the cheese, the chicken, it never comes out. Oh, you trying to be cheap? Oh, you ain't willing to do what I say? I bet. Play with me, I'm going to play with your career. Fucked up game. But it is real. So you're telling me Stefon Diggs gets into a kerfuffle with someone, which I'm giving you some additional information. A chef, he chokes her or puts hands on her, whatever he did, allegedly. December 2nd. We're not at December 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th. We're at December 30th. What you're going to find out here, chat, is that this person and this woman was willing to forgive whatever happened. And let me not use the word forgive, because that might imply that we know he did something. She was willing to not try to pursue police action in any allegation as long as she got that. It's an age-old story, chat. One we've heard so many times. It happened on December 2nd, and the first thing she said, nigga, you know you fucked up. Give me my money. You're going to find out after she was denied the money. After she realized she was going to get zilch nada. She's now ready to talk to the police. Is that extortion? It's called legal extortion, chat. Because the police can't say, wait, before you came to us, did you ask them for money and you weren't going to come? The police can't say that because a victim is a victim. but you're going to hear it.
Went to police on December 16th and was unsure whether she wanted to press charges. Police, according to court documents, told her that she didn't have to decide at that time, that they totally understood her decision-making process. They said they would follow up with her, Alex. They did that on...
Okay, so let me correct what I'm saying. So apparently she did go to the cops. They asked her if she wants to press charges. She basically gives a vague answer. I don't know. They say we'll follow up. Now, this is why women are able to finesse men, right? Because why would she, if they ask her, do you want to press charges? She says, I don't know. Like, yes, we believe victims and we know there's a cycle of victimhood. So maybe in the moment you feel scared or you don't want to do it. I get it completely. But shouldn't it be looked at differently? If you don't tell the police in the moment, I want to press charges or I do not want to press charges, and you then go on to basically ask the guy for money. You ask him for money. Hey, you know what? I'll forgive this bullshit you did, but just give me my money. I need this. And if the guy turns it down, you go right back to the cops and say, yo, I do want to press charges. Isn't that extortion? Am I tripping?
December 20th, according to court documents, she still did not decide to file charges at that time. She ended up reaching back out to police a few days later and officially decided to file those charges December 23rd.
Well, and as this is playing out, the Patriots are in the middle of a monster season. They're in first place in their division and gearing up for the playoffs. So I'm curious, what is the team saying about all this?
So the team has said that Stefon Diggs informed them that he denies everything about it, and they released a statement that had 3 important words in it, said, we support Stefon. And so that's where it is right now. They are reserving further.
Now, I do want to tell y'all this, and Stefon Diggs might be saved by the fact that he went to the right team. Stefon Diggs he went to the team that their owner is Robert Kraft. If you don't know, Robert Kraft was caught getting rubbing tugs, basically getting his dick jacked off. He's like 85, getting his dick jacked off at some spa. He was caught in some sting. They basically let him go just because he was so powerful, and they just swept everything under the rug. He's not no angel either. And he's also have been the query of some of this shit. So if you're a player and you see the owner, he gets busy, he gets jiggy, he be dancing with the Migos and shit. You see, he goes to the white party. He's down with what's the dude that does a white party? Let's see. Look, owner of Patriots is Robert Kraft. Okay? Robert Kraft white party. Okay? You're going to see him with a bunch of people. You see him with Tom Brady and, Michael Rubin. He gets down with the get down a little bit. Okay? You see him with Jay-Z over here. By the way, these are what we talk about when y'all talk about these secret whatever. Just keep looking at what I'm telling y'all. Now, the reason why this is a good organization for Stefon Diggs is that you're no choir boy, but the owner ain't either. The owner fuck with all them guys who got all type of things that people be saying, whether it comes to light or not. And what I believe is that this is a bold statement from the New England Patriots. They're saying that, hey, Stefon has told us about the incident, and he categorically denies the allegations. We support him. Now, there is another level to this. Roger Goodell, who, again, in this where it all comes full circle. Remember, I'm telling you, right? Remember, I'm telling you. Roger Goodell, remember, this is the Patriots owner. This is Michael Rubin. By the way, King Buck, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate you. Michael Rubin, so Patriots owner, Robert Kraft, Michael Rubin, Jay-Z. Who's the guy who has Roger Goodell's ear? Well, obviously the owner of the Patriots, which would be Robert Kraft, but also Jay-Z. Here's the thing, and here's the interesting part about this. Yeah. The organization is standing with them. Now, what I was saying is that there's another level. Roger Goodell could suspend him from the league. So the team is basically saying we're not going to suspend him, which we've came a long way from the quote unquote believe women. And by the way, I hate to bring this up, but Meg Thee Stallion, you fucked it up. Meg, you're one of the reasons, in my opinion, you fucked up the believe women mantra. A lot of people don't believe you. They actually think you're a habitual liar. That's just the reality about it. In previous years and in the past, these type of allegations, this guy would be suspended indefinitely. Instantly. Suspended. These days, after people have realized that, hey, maybe some of these guys haven't done what they're accused of, you're seeing the NFL and, well, these particular teams, they're doing a pullback. They're pulling back to say, whoa, you know what? We don't know. We're going to wait till the legal process plays out. You know, in a lot of these other, they didn't wait till the legal process played out with, well, let me not bring up Ray Rice because there was a video, but they don't wait in every situation for the legal process to play out. They usually just be like, oh, the allegations is enough. New England Patriots are saying, hey, we're aware of it. Stefon told us. He categorically denies it. And we support him, which means we ain't suspending him. So the only other option of him being suspended is the league. Roger Goodell, who is close buddies with Jay-Z, and Jay-Z is at the white parties with the Patriots owner, Robert Kraft, and Michael Rubin, who's like, you know, the Illuminati head at this point. So basically, Stefon Diggs is about to beat these allegations if he really didn't do it, and the case actually bores the truth to be like, yo, Shorty just wanted some money. Cool. But what I'm pointing out is that the times and the tides are changing. It is. The teams are now telling these chicks, fuck off, you fucking gold digger. You fucking whore. You trying to get us to... Yo, Stefon Diggs last week, Cardi B showed up to the game, and Cardi B, don't get mad at me for saying this. Cardi B must got that fire pussy. I'm sorry, Cardi B, Offset, don't get mad at me. I love y'all. But Cardi B must got that fire. Everybody knows Stefon Diggs been looking washed. He's been looking washed for a minute. Stefon Diggs, stats. Last week, look, December 14th, look, this is his stats. 3 receptions, 26 yards, trash. December 1st, 3 receptions, 26 yards, trash. November 23rd, 2 receptions, 20 yards, trash. He did have a good game versus the Jets, but the Jets suck. 9 receptions, 105. But before then, 5 receptions, 46. 3 receptions, 38. 3 receptions, 14. 7 receptions. He's not doing that good. Cardi B shows up last game. And she started, I don't know if she was mouthing, like, got that wop. That wet ass. Got that wop. That nigga went crazy. 6 receptions, 101 yards, 1 touchdown. He averaged the most that we've seen of any game but the Panthers. He averaged his season high in yards gained per catch. Holy. So the team is thrilled with how he's playing. Maybe you just need to put Cardi B in the stands. And this nigga will finally stop playing like a bum. But regardless, they're now in the demeanor of saying, we not finna suspend him. Why are we going to suspend our guy? Because it's some person making allegations. Let the courts figure it out. We're playing football. Interesting. Let me finish playing this video, and then we're going to get to, because we do have more information.
Comment, and I would add that the NFL has also weighed in on this. They have jurisdiction if they wanted to place Stefon Diggs on an exempt list where he wouldn't be available to the Patriots, but the league has officially said that they are aware of the matter. They've been in contact with the Patriots, and they will have no further comment at this time.
Well, and so with the Patriots saying that they support Stefon Diggs, do we know the next time we actually might see him in public?
So Stefon Diggs regularly meets with reporters on Wednesdays at his locker in the Patriots locker room, and that usually is in the early afternoon. We'll see if that takes.
Yeah, he ain't talking to me, man. Get out of here. All right. So, Stefon Diggs' lawyer called into the court, and there's actually some court footage. Let me see. Stefon Diggs court. Supposedly his lawyer called into court, which that was kind of. Can I show it? Maybe.
First and misdemeanor. Patriots tell 12 News.
I want to show you the inside of the court when this happened. Is it this?
We're outside Dedham District Court in Dedham, Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah.
Patriots wide receiver Stefon Diggs. And earlier this, she said, Diggs' lawyer, we did try reaching out to the.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys don't need to see it in the court. There is a video on social media that kind of represents the court. Regardless, what we're going to get into is the police report they were trying to suppress is out. I forgot it's 1F for the court. 1F for Stefon. Here we go. All right. Okay. All right.
To breaking news.
The complainant has made a financial.
Wait. Okay. Let me play this video.
Now we go to breaking news.
Back to one of our top stories you saw first here on Boston 25 today. New England Patriots star Stefon Diggs is facing serious criminal charges, accused of strangling his private chef. We have team coverage beginning with Boston 25 news reporter Ellie Marillo live outside the home in Dedham where this allegedly happened, Ellie.
Yeah, well, you know, I was actually inside of the courtroom where Stefon Diggs' legal team filed a motion to impound a police report and related materials. They argued over the phone why they feel these documents should remain sealed. But now most of
that's the police report they wanted no one to get, which clearly, this is the funny thing. It seems like the league was trying to not make this a big deal as well. Which the league has came a long way. Remember the Me Too era and all that type of stuff where the league was like, yo, you put hands on a woman, we're going to terminate your career. The league now is just saying, yo, keep this shit out of the media, keep this shit out of the blogs, keep this shit out of the police blotter, and you're good, gang. They're back to old school.
of those records have been made public. I'm holding on to that criminal complaint here in my hand. Here's
Diggs' team was trying to make sure, or Diggs' lawyers was trying to make sure this was suppressed.
what his legal team had to say in court today.
From our perspective as a financial employer.
Now, I know it's showing Diggs' mouth moving, but they called, that's his lawyers that called into court. So forget what you're seeing. You're hearing a phone call into court. This was kind of wild.
Employee dispute. The complainant has made a financial offer of a resolution to resolve that.
So essentially, are y'all hearing this? This is something that's now been trumped up to a felonious charge of strangulation or asphyxiation, which means choking. And they're now saying, Diggs' lawyer called in the court and said, hey, could we have these things suppressed? By the way, the victim has reached out to us and said that, you know, all this could be resolved if we meet a monetary demand. How could a court, a court's not supposed to oversee. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of A$AP Rocky case. And by the way, they dismissed all them shits. You know why? Because it said, bro, you weren't going to even press charges on homie if he paid you. It's only because you didn't get paid. That's why you went forward with this. So it's bullshit. You literally have Stefon Diggs' lawyer calling into the court to say, hey, judge, can we suppress everything? The reason why is that the victim says that if we give them a certain amount of money, they won't go forward and they're good. Wow. Listen to this.
Employee dispute. The complainant has made a financial offer of a resolution to.
The complainant, that's the victim, has made a financial offer that says if we meet can resolve the dispute, which means if we pay her off, she has no problem.
To resolve that dispute to Mr. Diggs' advisors, and as we speak, they're working to come to an agreement on that.
So basically saying we're in negotiation with her, which, by the way, is Stefon Diggs. I'm going to show you guys in a few seconds. Stefon Diggs, let me tell you this. I always tell people, you see when you're rich, I be telling my homies who just get rich because they be thinking they really tough. Like, they look at me, they're like, "Ack, you a simp." They be like, "Man, fuck these bitches. Yo, a bitch can't," this is how they talk. "A bitch can't do this. A bitch can't do that." And I said, bro, you're rich and famous. Who gives a fuck about the bitch? Here's the thing. When you on that fuck a bitch shit, bro, she has more leverage than you because she just has to make you look bad. It don't matter if it's true. Who knows if this shit real? Shorty just wants some money. You're going to see later, she was texting Stefon Diggs, and they did have a dispute over money because she was his chef. And you know what Stefon Diggs told her? "Bitch, you ain't getting a fucking dollar out of me. Suck a dick, ho." You know what she did with that? She trumped it up to here, and it's national news. That's why I tell all my homies this. Let me tell you this. Like, even when they be like, "Yo, Ack, you gotta," what? Let me tell you this. You know what I learned? Even in that situation, man, I should have never made Shorty feel like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was on some shit like, man, you are, and I mean, you got to take the L. Got to take the L. No matter what she did. She fucked your homeboy, take the L. I know, for y'all saying, "Oh, hell, now you a simp, Act." When you got millions of dollars and people don't got millions of dollars, you have to take the loss. Trust me, I've learned that. You got to take the loss. Or else they're going to wield one thing that's always going to ruin you. Oh, so you want me to go public with it? Because when I go public with it, nobody knows me. They all know you. It ain't going to look good for you, gang. So you're going to see, basically, Stefon Diggs is now saying he's negotiating or trying to negotiate with the woman now. When there's criminal charges, the NFL's covering it, every media is covering it. But you're going to watch her in text message basically ask him for money. And that's why I tell my niggas to take the L's. You know what he tells her? "Bitch, yo, eat a dick. You ain't getting a motherfucking coin." See that was cap? Later on, he got to pay anyway. And by the way, I don't even know if he did shit. But let me rewind a little bit and keep going.
Solution to resolve that dispute to Mr. Diggs' advisors, and as we speak, they're working to come to an agreement on that.
The incident report states that the alleged victim walked into Dedham police back on December 16th to report a past incident. She claims she worked as a private chef and was assaulted by her employer during a dispute over unpaid wages at a Dedham home back on December 2nd. That employer is identified as NFL star Stefon Diggs. The alleged victim claims Diggs struck her in the face and then placed her in a chokehold before throwing her onto a bed. Diggs is charged with felony strangulation or suffocation.
Skinny, I only have problems because I didn't pay. But I want to give both sides of it, because anything y'all heard about me would have never been a thing if I did pay. Now, granted, what they try to say about me, you never want to pay for, because you don't even want people to think that that's not true. You don't want people to think, like, if it was some shit where someone says you roughed up a chick, all right, whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's not cool still. But, like, they're not going to look at you like the worst ever. Niggas saying you took some box, yeah, that's the worst ever. I ain't going to lie. So you can't pay, period, if you didn't do it.
And a separate misdemeanor assault and battery charge.
But there is the right of public access.
And by the way, I'm pretty sure Stefon Diggs' lawyer, I don't know if he hit up his lawyer before he sent a message to her. They'd probably say, "Yo, Steph, what's your contract?" Let's look up his contract. Look. Stefon Diggs' contract. It's 3 years, $65 million. How much is he getting paid this year? How much is Stefon Diggs getting paid this year? He's getting paid $22 to $23 million. When they suspend you for these type of things, it's without pay. Now, who knows? I guarantee this chick, she was a chef. Bro, she probably wanted maybe $500,000. Now, I get it. Sometimes you're looking at these people like, and this is why I tell you about being like a celebrity or person of interest. Because if you weren't who you were, you'd be like, yo, bro, you're finessing me. Like, yo, you're not owed that. Like, you're just taking advantage of me. Unfortunately, because these hefty contracts you get are based in this supposed good image that you have, you almost have to be down to get extorted. Oh, you're about to say this? All right, fuck it. So here's the dilemma Stefon Diggs is in. Maybe he did do it or maybe he didn't. If you pay the $500,000, you kind of feel like you're a sucker, but it protects your $22 million contract. She's like, she's like, you're not going to pay me? All right, bet I'm going to go to the media, and if I could get you suspended, you're going to at least miss out on $5 million. So it's like pay $500,000 or lose $5 million. And I'm pretty sure his lawyers and his agent and the lawyers for the agent or the agency that reps him probably told him that. Yo, bro, we don't even give a fuck if you did this to this chick. But if she went to the cops that night, she had some type of proof. Bro, if she puts this shit out, they're probably going to cook you, bro. Yo, how much she want? She want $500,000? And I'm pretty sure Stefon Diggs, out of ego, was probably saying, yo, bro, she was my chef. Like, dog, I paid her $3,000 a week. Like, bro, yo, she's not owed $500,000. She's not even, I didn't even touch her. She's mad that I didn't pay her, blah, 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 blah. Yo, she's really owed like $30,000. Why would I pay her $500,000? And I'm pretty sure an agent or a business manager was saying to him, yo, Stefon, bro, you got to pay her, bro. Because when she goes to TMZ, it's going to be a whole thing. And I think what happened is they probably went to the NFL and probably let the NFL know, like, yo, there's this young woman, she's trying to extort me. Because that's what most of these things are. Like, a chick hits you up for money, she ain't go public yet, and then when you say no to the money, she goes right to the media. So I'm pretty sure he hits up the NFL because the NFL says they've been made aware, not just now, but before. So I'm pretty sure they heard about this, and they probably was just like, all right, so what happened? Okay, cool. Okay, did you talk to the cops? All right, we'll look into it, but you're saying this is what happened. Oh, you have proof that she's asking you for money? And she says if you give her money, she will not go forward with this? All right, bet. And I'm pretty sure that's why the Patriots are defending him. Like, all right, yo, this chick is just trying to shake him down. So really, think about this. $23 million you're making. A chick comes to you. She probably got some bullshit lawyer with her and says, you either pay me $500,000. Granted, maybe like her wages or whatever you owe her is $30,000. Pay me $500,000 or I'm going to go to the media and possibly cost you $5 million. Stefon Diggs is a nigga. You could tell. Look at all the bitches he fucking with. He a nigga. He's like, bro, I owe you $30,000. I'm not paying you $500,000. You crazy as fuck. I'm not some goof. You're not getting $500,000 out of me. You know what she says? Oh, word? Okay, cool. We don't need to keep talking. She goes to the media. Oh, no, she goes to the cops, files it, and then she gets it to the media. Bingo. Still hit you.
In these matters.
Records obtained by Boston 25 show text messages.
Here we go. Listen. This is what the girl said to him. You will be paying me out for the season. So apparently she was a chef. She's saying, I don't know what happened with them, but looked like maybe he promised her that she was going to be chef for like, it's like a contract, maybe a verbal one, because it looked like she don't got no paperwork. Yo, move here, do this, change your life to be my chef. I'm in New England. You're going to be my chef and cook for me. And whatever happens, he don't want her to be the chef no more. So he's done with her being a chef. She gets fired. She gets mad. They get into some arguments, whatever. I don't know if it gets physical, but she claims it does. She's texting him, you will be paying me out for the season. Basically saying, you're going to give me all the money, even if I didn't work it yet. And for the money you said you would give me for my business. So it looked like he probably sweet-talked her. Nah, girl, if you come over here and you cook for me and you do this, like, yo, I'm going to pay you for this season. And, yo, you said you wanted to get a restaurant, right? I'm going to put like 20, 30 grand towards that. That's what she has in her mind. He's trying to fire her or whatever. He said, no, you need to pay me out for the whole season and for the money you say you're going to give for my business. He said, you wasted my time being here because you got a circus going on. I'm out of your life. Now I'm going to keep it a being with you. Stefon Diggs, I'm going to be honest with you. You need to be neutered, nigga. You're too fucking horny. If you hiring a chef with a BBL and you got 5 other baby mamas that look bad as hell and you with Cardi B, how many bitches you want to fuck, nigga? Your dick is going to be a downfall, gang. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Now, and again, that might be a little bit hypocritical for me to say because that's most men. Most of us men, our dick is our downfall. We too horny. We can't, it's like we have an insatiable appetite for more. Why, if you hiring a chef, why you need a bitch with a BBL? I'm going to show you the chef. Bitch got a BBL. Yo, the curvature of her ass is like, yo, it's like pi squared. Like, it's sine pi squared. Like, bro, it's shit is the circumference, the diameter. Nigga, that shit is like a trigonometric like equation, nigga. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Nigga, this shit is like, yo, this shit is crazy. Why you need a chef with a BBL? Come on, gang. So I know what type of time you was on. She was chefing you up some food. You were probably still trying to fuck. And this is what these chicks do. Bro, these chicks just dangle the pussy in front of you and just gather information on you to use as blackmail. That's all it is. They dangle pussy in front of you. They know men are weak of the flesh. And then they gather information on you and then they stick you up. 95% of women extort men in one way or the other. Because when women are done with you, they could just walk away unless they have a child with you. They could just walk away. Most of the time when women are dealing with men, it's because of some other incentive. And if you told a woman, I want nothing to do with you and I'm done, and she realized you cut off all her financial benefits, you ain't paying her rent, you ain't paying her, you ain't doing nothing, trust me, some weird shit finna come on. It's extortion, no matter what you call it. Because when they done with you, they could walk away. When you done with them, they still want you to pay them in perpetuity. That's extortion, if you ask me. So she's now playing her cards. You're going to pay me out for this. You're going to give me this money. You're going to give me that. You're going to waste my time. You did this. Once you see a woman, and I've been there, when these women tell you, women will tell you, you need to compensate them for wasting their time. The hubris of most women, you won't even understand. Most women don't understand the time wasted by most men that it takes to chase them on average. You know how much time it takes for niggas to work overtime to get the amount of money to save up to go bring you on a trip or bring you on to this expensive restaurant, get you these gifts. The niggas texting you, DMing you. Women don't value the time of men on average. Not every woman. But you see this woman, she's taxing him. You're going to pay me for wasting my time. Now, I think he was fucking. Stefon Diggs needs electroconvulsive therapy, whatever that shit's called. That nigga, he got community dick and he can't stop fucking every bad bitch around him. Boy, when a chick say I'm out your life, she's not just your chef. She's your lover. I know it because I know one of them ones where they're working for you, but you fucking them too. Your employee don't say this. Your employee don't say I'm out your life. Your employee says, I am no longer employed. You're fucking her. I'll say the quiet part out loud. Stefon Diggs, you one horny motherfucker. And Cardi B, this is the man you picked. I just want to let you know I love you, girl. But this is the man you picked. It looked like he's been dicking down everything within 100 yards of him. He might be fucking the cheerleaders, if you ask me. You Cardi B, you better not. Yo, Cardi, I'm going to be honest with you. I love you like cooked food. But if you ever come out later on and you try to get us to have any sympathy, we had sympathy for Offset because Offset did the wine and dine. He fooled you, blah, 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 blah. You were a big star. He got you on his wing, gave you all these kids, got married to you. You tried to cut him off a couple times, tried to leave. He got you back. But this nigga right here, his history was written in stone. His own teammates was telling you. His teammates, look, Stefon Diggs, teammates, they all said it. If there's one nigga
on this team
in
would
here,
you least like to date your sister?
What the hell? Diggs.
Why Diggs?
let me tell you this: women are attracted to cheaters. Then they complain about them.
Man, no. We're gonna leave it like that. No.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Oh, Stefon Diggs.
Why Diggs?
He's crazy. He's just outrageous. Don't know what he's gonna say. Just don't know what to expect every day. So
this shit been out there for years. You know, I keep saying, and I said to Cardi for the first time, I said with Offset, I said, listen, don't let nobody shame you about Offset. If Offset's a cheater, that's your cheater. Let me tell you, that's how Grandma and Grandpa used to go. Listen, Grandpa used to slang community dick too. He had a family 2 houses from yours, but he didn't really claim them. He claimed your grandma. He was living with your grandma, but he really had a bitch down the street 3 houses later. Okay, maybe y'all grew up in a small community or ruled in like some village. Yeah, Grandpa was a wild boy. But you know what happened? Let me tell you this. Grandma knew that nigga, that's her cheater. That's her cheater. At the end of the day, he might have kids over there. He might have a girl over there. He fucking on that chick that's 10 years younger than him over there. But he gonna always come home because that's her nigga. And I said it to Cardi B. Offset was your cheater. I don't care what bitch he fucked up in Starlet and all that. That's your cheater. Women need to accept that y'all are going for niggas who are cheaters. That's your cheater. Now you got Stefon Diggs, Mr. Community Dick himself. You can't control this nigga from a can of paint. That's not even your cheater at this point. You're dealing with a nigga you don't even know what type of cheating he got going on. He fucking the maids, the chefs, he fucking 10 baby mamas, the cheerleaders. This nigga he might fuck the parking attendant. This nigga is wild with it. The fact is, you don't leave one cheater and get to a bigger cheater. I've been said it. The signs were all there. These ain't videos that I'm earthing. These shit's been public. The whole team. Who would you not want around your sister? My sister? Oh, hell no. Don't bring stuff on niggas within 10 feet radius of him.
he's crazy. He's just outrageous. Don't know what he's gonna say. Just don't know what to expect every day. So he couldn't date my sister.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Least like to date my sister, Diggs. 100%.
What guy on this team?
Nigga, there's 52 players in the fucking locker room.
Would you least like to date your sister? And I might add, you're starting to be the runaway favorite for this.
Would nobody want me to date this sister? I'm a great guy. I'm actually a great guy.
There's actually seems to be a few guys that don't think that.
Feel differently about me?
Yeah.
They just don't know me well enough. That's what it is.
Shit. Here's the point I'm trying to say. I'm not here to hate on Stefon Diggs. All I'm trying to say, Cardi, hey, this is now your cheater. You've inherited this nigga. So when he with his 15 other baby mamas, when he fucking the cheerleaders, his chef, everybody else, you could be in the group chat with us, but we can't have no sympathy for you. We love you. But this is who you picked. You see, Sierra was with Future. Everybody know Future is a trick and a cheater. She didn't run to a bigger trick and a cheater. She went to the square, Russell Wilson. Okay, she clearly identified what she didn't want. She went opposite. Cardi identified what she didn't want and picked to somebody else that's Offset is Super Saiyan 1. She found Super Saiyan 5. Hey, we can't have no more sympathy for you. We love you, though. We love you. We love you. It is what it is. Now, here's the thing. Let's get back to it. I'm going to get back to these texts, chat. When When you got somebody saying I'm out of your life, that's not just a chef. That's somebody receiving dick. Now, let's go look at how this chef look, because let's see if this motherfucker look like Chef Boyardee. Let's go look at his chef. Look. Stefon chef. Let's go look at his fucking chef. I need to see the chef. Let's see the chef. Because somebody point me to the chef. Let me see how this chef was looking. Here we go. Let me just look. Picture. It's a picture of the chef somewhere. Why can't I find it? Somebody send me a picture of the chef. We need to see the chef. For culinary purposes, you know, I went to culinary school, my culinary arts and shit. I need to see the picture of the chef. Where's the chef? Where is the chef? Does anybody have a picture of the chef? Hold on, y'all playing with me. I'm gonna find a picture of the chef. Y'all ain't gonna, I ain't gonna let y'all get away with this shit. Hold on, man. Enough is fucking enough. Enough is enough. Let's find the chef. Let's find the motherfucking chef. By the way, yo, Cardi B, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. I love you like cook food. You know I got nothing bad to say about you. I want you to be happy. If you let Stefon Community Diggs have a female assistant, he's fucking her. A female manager, he's fucking her. A female anything, a female that does his hair, he's fucking her. He's fucking every female around. And if you are delusional to not believe it, you're dumb. And I know you come from New York. You ain't dumb. So I think you're just accepting it at this point. This nigga is slanging community dick. It is what it is. Hold on. We're going to find it. By the way, the judge actually sealed the fucking case. Lauren Conlon, thank you, girl. I gotta have Lauren Conlon. I'm gonna have to call her. Lauren, I miss you, girl. I miss you, Lauren. Lauren. I'm gonna have to call Lauren. Oh, my sweet Jesus. Here we go. Chat. I ain't gonna lie. And by the way, I might have to stop talking about Stefon Diggs, because if I was him, I'd be moving just like him. Trim and fucking every chick near me that's bad. Look how this motherfucking chef look. Y'all tell me if y'all could. You know, there's sometimes, you say don't judge a book by its cover, but sometimes I could tell if somebody know how to, you know, measure the ingredients right and get the recipe. And like this chick, when I seen this picture right here, chat, when I seen this picture, I said this chick know how to season food good. And, oh, my sweet Jesus, look at them hipster. Ooh, oh, my God. Ooh, look at that curvature right here. Oh, my God. Bumbo clot, dog. Yo, the oxtail. Yo, extra gravy upon that. Yo, jerk chicken. Yo, curry goat. Yo, woolan. Yam potato. Yo, rice and peas. Yo, bumbo clot. I'll be a back shot. Oh my God. Chat. Jerk chicken. Jerk everything. Yo. Hey, if any of y'all chefs look like this, send your motherfucking resume, a bunch of pictures, to academicsmusic@gmail.com. I got a permanent, and y'all gonna live in my house? So you're gonna feed me and, hold on, let me not say the quiet part out loud. You gonna feed me? Hey, academicsmusic@Yo, you look like this and cook curry goat, oxtail. Oh my God. Woo! Jesus. Yo! Y'all need some more pictures. This is the only chef I'd hire without pictures of the food. Yo. You know I respond to this resume? Like she sent this, I say, yo, bumbo clot dog. Yo, send some pictures in the bikini. Straight up. Straight up. If yo, look, yo, this ass looks so fat, I know not to ask her to make no pancakes because she don't got none. She got some plums. She got some juicy shit. Oh, yeah. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Yo, she sent me this picture as a resume. Bumbo clot, dog. Watermelon. Didn't Beyonce talk about some shit like that? Let's go. I'm on a fruit diet now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bumbo clot, dog. This is how the chefs is looking? I wouldn't give a fuck if this bitch could boil water. I don't care if she could boil water. Yo! Pumpoclot dog. Hey, you a chef and you look like this? I don't need to see no recipe. I don't need to. Yo, just send me a Kanye workout plan. I want to know how you got these hips. I need to see that thigh. To keep her, fuck that. Y'all talking about, you wake up in the morning, you smell what's in the kitchen. Yo, what pussy still, but yo, what between them thighs smell like? Woo! Yes. Oh yeah. Is that twerk win from that fat ass? Oh my God. Don't even worry about cooking no food today. We're having a DoorDash day. Shout out to DoorDash. It's a DoorDash day today. Hold on, come here, girl. I just need you to take the Popeyes out of the box in a bikini and lay it right there while I'm chilling with Netflix in my hand. Do that. You're my chef. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Watermelon. Woo! Yo, pour me a shot real quick. Pour yourself one, too. Let's go. When I see that shit talking about I'm out of your life, yeah, all right. That nigga fucking. That nigga is fucking. Woo! So Stefon Diggs messaged her back. I won't be paying it. Well, actually, I got the real messages. Let's get to it. I got the full unedited messages. And we got a police report before they sealed it. Oh, yeah. Here we go. We zoom in on a bit. He said, I won't be paying you shit. Fuck I look like paying you and paying another chef. Is you high, bitch? Who the fuck gotta give you money? Who the fuck gotta give you money for your business right now? No, for the business. I don't gotta do a motherfucking thing. And you could get whoever you want. You got my address. Tell them. He said, you got my address. Tell them come take the money. Then fuck you talking about. Show me I'm pussy. See, I told you, chat. You got to take the L with these chicks. You know what it was? He probably was fucking her. He fucking her, so he talking crazy to her. Not knowing she gonna go right to the courthouse and right to the law. You see, Stefon Diggs up mad millions. Man, this chick really need that like 20 grand or whatever it is. Like, yo, stop playing with Shorty. Like, Shorty's really like on that with you. You feel what I'm saying? Now, in reality, I don't believe the bitch anyway. This is extortion tactics, gang. This is extortion tactics. Pay me my money or I'm gonna bring some shit up. Now, let's read this goddamn police report. Holy. It said, Ack, you hit her with a Ric Flair. Woo! Of course, man. Like, yes. Yo, chat, Joe Budden been telling me to get a chef this whole time. He was telling me the price. I said, hey, that ain't that bad, but I ordered DoorDash and I could cook little. Hey, nobody in the chat. Hey, anybody in the chat, any male, not my chat queens, I love y'all. Any male in the chat think they could cook better than me? Yo, I cook y'all under the bus. Yo, I'm Jamaican. Jamaican men, we know how to cook. Oh my God. I'm a chef. Straight up. Me, I'm in the kitchen. You know, a nigga like to eat. None of y'all could outcook me. Sometimes when I have like these chicks that look a little bit too good, I don't even want them near the kitchen. Bitch, that's not your special. That's not your forte. It's in the bedroom. I'm in the kitchen. You be in the bedroom. Like, do your thing there, okay? Me and you gonna do some taste testing in the bedroom, okay? Let me rock with the kitchen. I don't eat from all these chicks. Here's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I could cook. Also, I'm Jamaican, so I'm like mad scientific. My mom be telling me all the time. She'll be like, yo, watch out for these girls, Junior. They'll put period blood in your food. I'm like, period blood? What the fuck? Period blood? What the hell? In Jamaican culture, they say when a chick wants to catch you, which means like get you obsessed with them, they'll make you food and smear period blood like in the ingredients, and supposedly it's like an old school thing. It gets you obsessed with them. Anybody ever heard that? Maybe some Jamaican shit. That's some Jamaican shit. I'm like, Mom, what you talking about? Period blood? What the hell, Mom? Mom, what the hell? What the hell? Y'all never heard about that? Nah, for real. I'm Jamaican. Most Jamaican men, if you're really born in Jamaica, you don't eat from people. We scared of getting poisoned, and we scared of people manipulating your food because, you know, just like how Haitians do voodoo, in Jamaica we call it obia. And those type of beliefs, a lot of it sometimes is the manipulation of food to alter how someone feels, thinks, or whatever. So we're really skeptical about our food consumption. Me, I don't eat from nobody if I don't see you prepare it, unless you're my parents. Yeah, like you can't bring, like I don't do no potluck. Oh yeah, I made this at my house. All right, bet. Pluto gonna try this shit. Bet. Pluto gonna try it. Yo, Pluto. Yo, try this bullshit right here. All right, bet. I look at Pluto and Pluto look up at me like, yo, what the fuck is this? Nah, stop it, Pluto. Yo, bitch, get the fuck out of my house. What the fuck you got going on in here, man? Africans are like that too. Africans don't eat from everybody. Africans don't eat from everybody. Africans don't eat from everybody. I gotta be honest. Oh my God. Shit. Whole time I'm at Everyday Struggle, Joe is like, why don't you get a chef? I'm like, for what? I didn't know the chef was coming like this. Jesus. Woo. Okay. Now I know. All right. Let's get to reading this police report. The thing that they, should I call Lauren Conlon? I don't want to call her. She might be with her husband and nigga might be like, why you call? Nah, she chill. Her husband chill too. Okay. We'll read the police report first. Let's see. We're going to read what they accuse him of. So, by the way, they sealed it, but somehow, I guess, like, the paperwork was available before it got sealed, and people took pictures of it because you can't find it on the website, and they put it out. Stefon Diggs Police Report. Let's go. So, we got it here, okay? So, bet. Bingo. Here we go, Chad. Let's read through this bitch. Oh, yeah. All right, come on. They said on, I got to zoom in a little bit. Fuck, I can't. Oh. Okay. On 12/16, while assigned to the front desk, Adams entered the station to report a incident. Adams appeared emotional, and was initially hesitant to give a statement. She asked for a female officer. I checked the scheduling sheets and saw that we didn't have one until 4 p.m. I let Adams know this, and I told her I'd give her a few minutes to think about the things, and that I understood that if she was uncomfortable with speaking with me, after a few minutes, she said that she would give the report to me. I brought her into the interview room from the lobby, and we began to speak. After taking out her information, I asked her to tell me in her own words what happened. She was initially hesitant to reveal a suspect, okay? But I told her that I could take a statement and we could talk about it later. She went on to say on 12/2, which is December 2nd, 2025, she was working as a private chef at 7 Schoolmaster Lane in Dedham. Wow. Dox him. Holy. 7 Schoolmaster Lane. Yeah, they doxed the fuck out of him. Let me see the crib. Holy. Okay. This is just his Patriots crib. So. All right. Let me see how this bitch looking inside. Huh? Yeah, this is the freak off shit. Yeah, Diggs might be on that Diddy shit. Well, I like this closet. This. Oh, look like it's a new renovation. He's probably renting the spot. I don't think he bought it. Well, whatever. Cool. So, yeah. Let's see. What the fuck? All right. She said that on this date, she was working as a private chef there. The male, wait, hold on. Okay. The male she worked for entered her unlocked bedroom. They had been having an ongoing text exchange over money owed to Adams. Now, chat, I got to be honest with you. It's sketch, right? It's sketch. I get it. Some places do, when you have a lot of bedrooms, you have a live-in chef. Why do you have a live-in chef that has a BBL? Like, come on, bro. Now, obviously, you could kind of explain that to be like, well, maybe she's not from that area. He didn't want to pay more money for her to have an apartment down the street. But come on, like, we got to start using common sense. Your live-in chef that lives in your house has a BBL. She makes soul food and sucks the soul out of it. Oh, I mean, you get what I'm saying. Anyway. All right. They've been having an ongoing text exchange over money owed to Adams. She said they began to discuss this, which apparently angered the male, which is Stefon. She alleges the male then smacked her across the face. She said she tried to push him away. The male then tried to choke her using the crook of his elbow around her neck. She said he was behind her with his arm wrapped around her. She said she felt like she had trouble breathing and she felt like she could have blacked out. She said that's when she tried to pry his arm away and he tightened his grip. At that point, the male threw her onto the bed. He said something to the effect of, "Thought so." And then she told him that she still hadn't been paid. At that point, the male said lies and walked out the room. She explained to me that he needs to sign off on payments in order for her to be paid, which is why she confronted him directly. I asked her if she had documented any of the injuries when this occurred. She said she had some redness on her upper chest, but did not take photos. Okay, that's going to work in his favor. There's no photos. Usually these chicks be like they got mad pictures. Like, who cares if it's actually, they don't got nothing to prove that you did it, but they take pictures of bruises, even if they fell on their own volition, right? Okay, so at this point in the conversation, Adams revealed that the male names was Diggs. Stefon, that is. Stefon Diggs currently played for the New England Patriots of the NFL. Due to his fame, she was hesitant to come forward with this. I inquired about the details of her employment so I could understand the relationship. She said she began as a private chef around 7/20/2025, and her employment was supposed to go through the end of the NFL season. She said that she is normally paid by wire transfer, and the initial agreement was for weekly pay. She said that since she's been working there, she has been getting paid monthly instead. As of now, she said that she believes she's owed a month's pay. So basically, she's saying that the argument started because she confronted him because she's owed a month's pay. In early November, she was told by Diggs that her employment was not needed for the week. For the week of what? 11/7 to the 14th. That means she would have to vacate her room for a week because he was having house guests. He told her to go home. You know what that means? Yo, my girl coming over. Go the fuck home, bitch. Right? Like, your girl come over and the chef walking around in a nightgown with a BBL. Like, come on, bro. Like, your girl is not that stupid, man. Cardi used to work at a strip club. Cardi know what the vibes is. Right? I bet. Told her to go home and said she did not need to provide financial assistance for a flight, blah, blah. This is where she was going to stay with a friend. She said that since she did not ask to be sent home for a week, she should still be paid for her salary. She said that is standard in this type of work arrangement, unless the employee asks for time off. After the alleged assault on 12/2/2025, Adams left her position and the residence to stay with a friend in blah, blah, blah. She said that on 12/9, she returned to the house to get her property. At that point, she texted Diggs, who told her to take up the monetary sum with his assistant. She spoke to Melissa from finance, who explained that Diggs had requested her sign a non-disclosure agreement from Adams before she would be paid. Chad, all this is given that he's fucking her. She got some tea on him. And, you know, this is his last leverage to say, sign this non-disclosure that you don't expose it because I'm with a high-profile woman, Cardi B. Come on, like, we're not fucking dumb. Right? Adams did not sign any documents, so she didn't sign a non-disclosure. I told Adams that we could proceed with an investigation and file charges, but she said that she didn't want to file any charges at this time. I told her that as a victim, an officer would be following up regardless. I also let her know that if her mind changed, we could certainly go further with the investigation and charges. I explained the process to her in regard to obtaining a restraining order. She said that she did not wish to seek one at the time. She said that she just wanted to go home and had no intention of returning. Adams was also going to email any screenshots related to this incident at her convenience. I sent her the domestic violence risk assessment form and a strangulation suffocation form via email. These were returned to me and added to the incident. These screenshots were sent to me and added to the incident. These came from a different number that was initially provided. When I inquired about this discrepancy, Adams identified this as a number where she had communicated with Diggs in the past. Diggs gave her a burner phone. She got a burner phone to text, yo, I need my dick sucked. Come over here. Bring a couple of grapes, some whipped cream, and I got some handcuffs and a honey pack, and we finna, come on now. Like, come on, chat. We know what this is, bro. Like, stop it, bro. Y'all not gonna play in our face like we stupid. He's fucking her, bro. She got a different number that the cops know. She clearly got a work phone. What chef need a work phone? Nah, this is the phone that you could communicate safely on when you're getting piped out. Let's keep it a beam, man. All right, anyway. Okay. On 12/20, around 9:45, I spoke to Adams over the phone. We discussed how she would like to proceed. As of this day, she wanted to hold off on criminal charges being filed. She asked that I reach out to Diggs and ask him not to contact her anymore. So she doesn't want to do a restraining order, but she wants the cop to kind of scare him. Okay. She said that earlier in the week, she received a voicemail and a text message from a female that she believes to be Diggs' girlfriend, Cardi B, I'm assuming. Based on these messages, Adams believed that Diggs somehow knew the police were contacted. So basically, Stefon Diggs knew that she went to the cops, and, sometimes you got to get a woman to go talk to a woman because, like, the woman will act like she's scared of the man. I get it. So Cardi's trying to do the bidding. I get it. The message stated something to the effect of, yo, you don't need to do all this. It's not that big of a deal. I assured Adams, I'm still wondering, why don't you just pay the chick at that point, right? But whatever, cool. I assured Adams that Diggs had not been contacted yet by any members of the police. So the cop is telling her, we haven't reached out to him. I contacted Diggs at a number provided, and it went straight to voicemail. I identified myself and asked for a callback on 12/22 around 1:30 p.m. I attempted to contact Diggs for a second time. It also went straight to voicemail. I left a second voice message. I notified Adam, and she sent me an email for a woman that handles Diggs' business interests. If I've not received a callback by 12:23, I will reach out to her. In the meantime, I received an email and voicemail from Adams on 12/22, and the voicemail expressed interest of going forward with criminal charges. I called back twice, and it went to voicemail. So you could tell this is some bullshit. Shorty's using the cops, and women do this bullshit. They threaten men. So behind the scenes, what's happening is that she's threatening Stefon on, I'm going to ruin your career. You're in the NFL. You can't put hands on me. You can't do this. You can't do that. Yo, I got the one up on you. If you don't give me what I want, if you don't do this, I'm gonna fuck your career up. Now, here's the thing, and I think Stefon Diggs wrong and did wrong. And by the way, I'm speaking here, I'm doing some assumptions, but I'm a nigga, and I know how bitches try to extort, because a couple of whores try to extort me too. You know what it is, Diggs, Stefon, you fucked up by putting your girlfriend in it. If you're fucking your chef, you don't put your girlfriend to go calm your side chick down. Your side chick's gonna get even more mad. No bitch is good with being a side chick. In reality, like they'll do it while they're getting paid by you, or they'll do it whatever. But they really want to be the main chick. You got to send a woman you're not fucking to go talk to her. You send Cardi, it only makes her feel like a second place citizen, and she's even more mad now. Cardi's probably saying, "Girl, calm down, calm down." This whole time, she's probably been a secret from Cardi. She's probably like, "Come on, like we know what this is." So she gets more mad that Cardi comes to her and is trying to like calm her down. And then she's probably like, "Yo, what the fuck? This nigga is playing with me." Diggs, you're supposed to use your mama. Your mama calls her. Your mother, not Cardi B. Your mother calls her. When you got a chick with a BBL that, come on, we all know you're probably slanging some cock on, you don't send your actual girlfriend to calm him down. By the way, Cardi B is P. Cardi B probably know what it is. Cardi B know that this nigga's a whore. Cardi B probably was like, "Yo, I'm about to just go holler at him, holler at this bitch to keep shit on the wraps," because Cardi know the game. Yo, Cardi was just sued by some random chick who claimed Cardi beat her up. And Cardi's like, "Bitch, I ain't beat you up. What the fuck you talking about?" So Cardi knows there's a bunch of people who ain't celebrities that's always going to try to finesse her or extort Diggs. So even though she probably mad at Diggs for, "Yo, bro, you fucking your chef too? Brother, you're fucking the chef? Nigga, I know you're fucking her, and her, these baby mamas, and the chef? God damn!" But you know what? She gonna keep it peak. Cardi's a chick. She gonna keep it peak. Come on, man. She from the Bronx. Come on, stop playing. So Cardi's like, "All right, man, I'm going to go talk to her." But that enrages the girl. You realize it's when Cardi reaches out, she starts saying, "I'm pressing charges." Why? Yo, the unmitigated gall of you. Like, why the fuck you going to have your main girl reach out to me as a side chick to tell me to knock it off? Like, I give a fuck about y'all. I give a fuck about, like, y'all basically going to cut me out the picture anyway. Nigga, you just told me you wasn't going to pay me for a week. You just told me that you're cutting me off. You're telling me that you're about to go with another chef. And you know why? You know how girls think? You're cutting me off because your new bitch don't like the fact that I got a big-ass BBL and I'm walking around your crib in a fucking silk see-through outfit that you can see this goddamn punani, and the titties is, bang, showing in the goddamn crib. Cardi B is in L.A. or Atlanta, wherever the fuck, or Jersey, wherever she at, and she got to be thinking, "Yo, my man is at his crib with his goddamn chef that got the biggest BBL we've seen on this side of the equator. Her titties is out. She got a nipple ring, and she looked like she could suck a fucking, come on, bro. Yo, like she could suck the bubble gum out of a fucking straw." Yes. So I could imagine Cardi's probably one of the reasons he got to let her go. So she's more tight. You going to send Cardi to come talk to me? Oh, you think I'm some punk? Okay, cool. I got nothing to lose. Y'all do. I bet. I'm going to go talk to the cops. Remember, the cops called her twice. You want to press charges? Nah, not yet. You want to press charges? Nah, not yet. Remember, she even called the cops and said, "Could you tell them to stop hitting me up? Because they're kind of getting weird on me." Soon as Cardi hit her up, "Yo, I'm pressing charges." You never send your main... Yo, all men. And come on, Stefon. Like, you're a modern day whore. Like, you're like most guys. It's cool. You don't send your main chick. Hey, I'll give y'all a real quick story. Nah, I should keep myself out of this. Y'all have heard too many of my stories. Nah, no, I won't. Hey, me, the community diggler I am, I got my chick. I won't tell you which chick. Y'all can put faces or whoever to it, but it's my girl. And it's not who y'all think. It's not my last. Just please stop mentioning that person. Some other chick that I happen to, on the side, she pop up. She's like, "Yo, hey, surprise, I'm pregnant." I was kind of on an off period with my chick. My chick come back. I love my girl. Like, if anybody got to get pregnant or something, it got to be my girl. A side ting getting pregnant is not in the works, okay? That's why I love Cardi. Cardi's a strong woman. I don't know how she deal with all them other chicks getting pregnant, but you can't get the sides pregnant. Anyway, this chick is saying this. At first, I'm trying to get her to get rid of it, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, eventually, it's some real shit chat. Eventually, I think I told you that story before. Eventually, like, you know, because Shorty was like just lying, you know, she really finessed me with this whole pregnancy shit. Actually, I don't even think she was pregnant at all, but that's another story. I'll tell you later. I kind of get mad because she had lied about certain things, about birth control, this and third. I'm like, I thought she was on it. What? Cool. I cut her off. Blah, blah. I'm like, if you're going to have a kid, nigga. I'm like, yo, you know, I hit her with the infamous line. Congratulations, you're now a single baby mama. Because you just finessed me. Like, you told me that you was on this and that. You can't have kid. But I bet. Now you popping up because you realize that I'm not in love with you and you saying you have a kid. Congrats. You're a statistic. I'm sorry. All right. You know, see you in court. That's the only leverage you have as a guy, right? So that's what I said. Bet. I ain't talked to her for a while because at first I think she knew I was a little bit pussy. Like I was like running around like mad scared. Like she got me on the she got me like she's like, I know this nigga don't want to have a kid, so I have him wrapped around my finger. She'd be like, yo, I don't feel good. Like she would literally say this. Yo, I'm not feeling good right now. Like I don't want to be she would live with her parents. I don't want to be around my parents. Could you get me a hotel? And I would have to book it because like you're playing nice with this chick who's really like you're like, I'm trying to eventually convince you that I don't want to have a child. So I'm trying to convince you to get an abortion, like on some real shit, right? But she would just ask for random shit, and you gotta say yes because like if you piss her off, she's gonna be like, all right, nigga, you're having a baby. Even though the whole way how she allegedly got pregnant was some lie shit anyway. But whatever, cool. So eventually, when I'm just tired of the game she's playing, she's like, you know what, yo, you're not even talking to me. I want to get back cool with you. I'm gonna have an abortion. Oh, I bet, cool. So we scheduled this like an abortion. This is fact set. All right, we scheduled an abortion, but here's the thing. At this point, I'm back with my girl. My girl knows everything because you know when your girl like sometimes you gotta tell your girl everything. Like, yo, you gotta team up with your girl against some of these bitches. Word up. So at this point, I'm teaming up with my chick. Did I ever tell you this story? I remember did I never tell you this story? Yo, I teamed up with my girl against this chick because my girl actually thought I was trying to have two chicks. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like this bitch, literally, she told me she was Muslim. I'm like, but she said she's Muslim and if she gets an abortion, her family's gonna disown her. But this bitch do coke, all type of shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, wait. Abortion's where she draw the line? Like, obviously, I don't do coke, but she told me in her past she did coke and whatever, and she was doing mad, like, on Muslim type shit. And I remember, like, the way she got pregnant, she switched birth controls. She went to the shot. And supposedly it takes, like, 10 days. This is a long time ago. I don't know if she was lying or she was lying, though, but she was like, take 10 days, whatever. Anyway, she was like, oh, yeah, I got pregnant. And I was like, oh. And I remember I wanted her to take the pill when we actually did it. And she was like, no. I know I'm not going to get pregnant. Like, I just got on this new shit. Like, we're still good. And she says, if I do get pregnant, I promise you, like, I'll get an abortion. Like, you know them joints where the girl is begging you to do it? So I'm like, all right, I got her word. Nigga, as soon as Shorty hit me with some, like, fucking, what was it? What type of papers? The sonogram or whatever. And I was like, so I'm still chilling. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, we're about to go get this shit, you know what I mean, vacuum cleaned out of you, right? Like, we getting this shit out of here, right? Like, you know what she told me? She started crying. I'm like, what's up with the tears? What are we doing? She's like, yeah, you know, I'm Muslim and, you know, my parents would disown me if I ever got an abortion. I said, whoa. I said, you told me you told me to do this. You told me if you got pregnant, you would get them. She was like, no, but like, where am I going to live? And da-da-da. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, yo, you told me, because I wanted her to take the pill. She ain't take the pill. She said, I don't need to take the pill. I know I'm good. Then she, anyway, cool. So anyway, I get back with my chick. My chick is really thinking I'm playing games because I tell the truth. This is the illest shit I ever did. My chick, she was just like, because this chick would like use this idea of her having a baby. I know I've gone into story time at this point, so I'm sorry. I'm going to get back to this. She would use this idea of her having a baby for me. And she would ask for crazy things. Yo, I don't want to stay home. My parents are bugging me out. Like, I'm so stressed. And this whole time, I'm trying to get to the point of her getting an abortion. By the way, I don't know if it's mine, Well, I don't know if she was fucking anybody up, but I don't know if it's I don't even know if she really pregnant, but she gave me a bunch of papers. Like, nigga, she gave me a pamphlet, nigga. Like, it was like a stack. She was like, yo, and you reading it, you could tell, oh shit, this is like a doctor thing, yo. We measured your blood thing, blah, blah, the hormones level. Like, goddamn. This ain't just, you know when they give you the stick? Like, all right, it just says pregnant. She gave me I've been to the doctor, nigga. I'm like, oh, I bet. So check it. So now, my chick come back into the fold. I explained to her, I'm like, yo, this chick, like, yo, she kind of finessed me. You know, I don't really want her. I want you. Da-da-da-da. But then this girl keep asking for mad shit. Oh, I don't feel good today. My parents are stressing me out. I need to get her to the abortion table or whatever the fuck this is. So she's on some shit like, could you just get me a hotel? Nigga, I would just get hotels for 4 days. Nice-ass hotel. Just that she could mentally feel good. And then she would start playing even more. She'd be like, yeah, she was like, I'm not feeling good. I'm like, what do you mean you're not feeling good? You need to go to the hospital? She's like, I don't want to be here alone. Could you come here and just like be here with me? And I'm like, what? And the whole time I'm thinking, you got to do what she fucking wants. Because, you know, she kept saying, basically saying, I'm probably going to get the abortion because I want to be with you. And I'm like, I don't really want to be with you, but cool, whatever. So now I'm here chilling. So I would go there and go lay with this chick, and I'm like, fuck. But my chick came back at this time. All right, I'm gonna make the story like in 5 minutes because we gotta get back to this. I know I'm taking too long because the screen turned off. Okay, cool. So my chick would know, like, she knew that I was booking these hotels, and she was like, yo, I feel like you're lying to me. And I would show her every text message. She was like, I feel like you're lying to me. I feel like you're trying to just have 2 girls, and maybe you're really having a kid with this girl. I'm like, no, she's extorting me. She's finessing me. And she's like, I don't believe it. I said, yo, I would have the girl on speaker. I said, just be quiet. Listen, if you hear anything about, oh, yeah, I love you, babe, or anything that makes it seem like I'm really trying to be with this chick, you can get mad. But really, I don't want this chick. This chick is finessing me. It gets to the point, yo, shorty says, because we would, like, I would go pick this girl up, and then we would just like sit in the parking lot talking for hours, and she would be telling me how she's Muslim and she can't get an abortion and whatever, and how if she was going to get an abortion, she would be disowned and whatever, and she'd be crying for like hours. So one time my chick says, I don't believe you. I feel like y'all just go, you leave me to go meet up with this girl you claim is extorting you, and you're fucking her. Nigga, y'all probably would know what girl this is at this point. My girl at the time gets in the trunk of my car, nigga. I swear. She gets in the trunk. So she's in. I said, I promised you. I said, you could be in the car. Obviously, you can't be in the car. I said, we sit in the car for 3 hours just talking about being a Muslim and not this fucking abortion shit. And you're hearing 50 million excuses about how she's going to get excommunicated if she has this abortion. And then she, in a subtle way, asks for all type of shit. She's extorting me, but I got to go with the plan until she gets this baby sucked out of her fucking stomach. I'm sorry to say later, but this is in post. My chick don't believe it. Yo, I remember, this is when I had my blue Audi. Nigga, we put a comforter in my trunk and a pillow. And I remember I put my girl in the trunk and drove to this chick's spot. Picked her up and we went to a parking lot and we sat there talking for hours. Lo and behold, I swear, well, first of all, my chick never popped out of the trunk because she knew, she was just like, she couldn't fuck it up. But she realized we literally sat in the parking lot talking about her feelings and how she can't have an abortion because she's Muslim. Like, and she was just like, well, like eventually turned to, yeah, if I'm gonna have an abortion, I got to move out of my parents' house because they're gonna disown me. And I don't have money to pay for an apartment. And now at this point, I'm kind of desperate because, I don't know about y'all. I do not want to have a baby with a bitch that I don't have a baby with. So at this point, I'm like, yo, I could help you get an apartment. I'm telling her anything. I could help you get an apartment, baby. It's okay. No, wait, you say your parents going to just not fuck with you? All right, how about I help you get an apartment? He said, but after I get rid of the baby, you're not going to fuck with me anymore? All right, cool. I'll pay the rent for 6 months. I'm saying anything. You feel what I'm saying? Anything. And I think I told y'all this story before. I promise you I told y'all this story before. And I remember, and I could go back to the live. I'm gonna give y'all the exact date. I'm gonna give y'all the exact date. All right, so y'all gonna know y'all gonna know who it is now. This day, when I get added to the live, this day, you're gonna see me. Where am I? I walked out the abortion clinic and went to my car. Bro, I swear. I'm just a real nigga, bro, so I can tell you. It's 6 years later, bro. I can tell y'all. Nigga, I'm in the abortion clinic with Shorty, bro. And then, but Tori got this shit lit. And I'm kind of watching it there, and Tori's like, yo, Ack, join in. And I'm sitting here with her. I'm like, it's my job. I got to get outside. Nigga, I walk outside, hopped on that bitch. I'm on live. I'm in the car. Shorty's waiting. Anyway, here's the point, which is even more drama. So at that abortion clinic, like, so I had agreed to pay, to give her like $8,000 for like rent for a certain amount of time. No, she had owed like her last place, and then I was gonna pay like 6 months of her rent or something like that, because she said she was gonna be disowned if she had the abortion. And I was just like, you're having this abortion. And she was like, I'll do it, but you gotta make sure I'm good. Fine. By the way, this was all lies. But I didn't know at the time. And as a guy, you're helpless as a guy. You just don't know. So at this point, remember, I'm at the abortion clinic. I walk out here. I get on fucking live. Okay. Shorty goes into the abortion clinic. And I remember she comes out. No. When I go back in after this live, the doctor comes and the doctor says, we can't tell if she's pregnant. It was some weird shit. I don't even know. No. She was supposed to get the pills. So she tells me, oh, yeah, I took the pills. And I'm like, I said, okay, cool. I said, all right, bet. So Monday, I'm going to meet with the people you owed for your little housing thingy, and I'm going to take care of it, because she had owed a debt. They were going to take her to court. I said, I paid for you. It was $8,000. It was like, that was a deal. Tell me how, after this day, so I go home to my chick at the time, and I go home to her, and this is how she fucks it up. And this is going to connect to the Cardi B shit. I go home to her, and I said, baby, this saga is finally over. Keep in mind, my girl was this is after she's been in the trunk listening to shit like, yo. So I tell my girl, it's finally over. You know what my girl does at that time, bro? Well, actually, it's a good thing, but like, it was the worst thing at the moment. She hits the bitch up, and she says, that's what you get for trying to fuck my man? You fucking hoe? I'm the person who booked your abortion appointment today, you fucking bitch. Oh my God. She hits up and by the way, she did. Because I remember I was like, yo, we need a Planned Parenthood. She hits up the girl and tells her, that's what you get for fucking my man, you fucking bitch. I booked your abortion appointment today, and that's what you get, you fucking hoe. Yo, you know women don't take no L's. Bro, the chick then said to my ex, she says, you fucking bitch. And I knew that fucking nigga was on some shit too. That's why I didn't take it, because at a certain point with abortions, you could take the pill. And then afterwards, they got to vacuum clean that bitch. It was early, so it was the pill. She says, that's why I never took the pill, nigga. So she tells my ex that, and I'm like, she says, I told the doctors I wasn't sure, and they gave me the pill, which she was lying, because now I know the doctors do not give you the pills to take at your own leisure at home. Because, nigga, you could give it to somebody else. These are not lethal pills, but these are pills that would terminate pregnancy. Like, they're not going to just give you, like, oh, take it if you want. It's like Tylenol. If not, just keep it in the closet. They're going to make sure you take sometimes it's two different pills. But she tells my ex, that's why I didn't take the pills. Nigga, I'm a dude. I don't know nothing about it. I'm panicking. I'm wilding on my ex. Why the fuck you fucked up the shit? Yo, we were just there. She was just like, yo, I was tired of this bitch. She was doing the most. I'm like, yo, We just had her at that point, and it was like, well, aren't you glad that I found out the truth? Shorty didn't even take the pill anyway. She was just trying to play you. Anyway, that's my personal story, and I guess this is how it connects to the whole Cardi B thing. Okay, it connects to that because you never send your main girl to handle your side chick. Your side chick is only gonna get mad. Your side chick is mad. First of all, your side chick wants to be your main chick. You don't tell your side chick. You don't tell your main chick to go coddle your side chick. She's gonna get more upset. There's no woman except Summer Walker that wants to be saved as Pizza Hut. You get what I'm saying? You never do that. You get your sister, you get your mama, you get your female cousin, you get maybe a homeboy that y'all both know. You never get your girl that you're buying bags, you're giving her housing, you're giving her the world. Because women like look at shit in hierarchy. Like, oh, you're going to send that bitch? You're going to send that bitch to come? Oh, you don't think nothing of me. Fucked it up. So, again, I'm saying that to say this is where I believe Stefon Diggs fucked up. You can't have Cardi B hit up your side chick. And I know it says chef, but it's a side chick. We all know what this is. You get what I'm saying? Okay, cool. So anyway, I contacted Diggs. Look, so now she's getting something about Diggs' business interests. I've not received blah blah. It says the voicemail expressed after this date. Right? Keep in mind. Look, just look. And this is what I'm telling you. It's Cardi B. Cardi B. You can't send your main girl to handle your side chick. Yo, men, please don't do that. You send your sister, your mama, your grandma, your auntie. You send your homeboy that's cool with both of y'all. You do never send your main girl to handle your side chick because your main girl is always going to be shady. It's like my main girl at the time, even though, my main girl did all the legwork, booked the appointment, made sure everything was good because you know what my main girl's saying? I can't have my man having a baby with another bitch. Fuck out of here. She handled all that perfectly, but once she thought it was done, she needed to put that bitch in her place. You're a fucking whore that my man fucked, and for you being a whore, I'm his main bitch, and I booked your abortion appointment. Happy getting your stomach. Like, girls are evil. Like, they're evil to each other. They're mean. I should have never had my ex book that appointment. I should have told my ex I was handling it. But I was kind of like a little bit flustered. I was trying to keep my ex too because I was trying to be mad transparent. Like, because she was like, imagine telling your chick that you think some other chick is pregnant in one of y'all mini breaks. Like, I felt like I was about to be D Wade. You know, right? I felt like I was about to be D Wade. Like, oh yeah, remember we took a little break? Yeah, I fucked up. Yo, I was about to be D Wade, so I was trying to keep it P. I was trying to keep it 100. Like, yeah, remember? Because we did take a slight break. I said, yeah, ooh, I fucked up. So that's why I told him I should never had to do that. Same with Stefon. You can't have Cardi do that. Look, Cardi reaches out. Look, here we go. This came from a different number on 1220 around blah, blah. I spoke to Adams that reach out. She said earlier in the week she received a voicemail from a female. So on this day, she said she received a voicemail from a female that she believed to be Stefon Diggs' girlfriend. So Cardi B hits her up in the days leading up to 1220. By the time it's 1222, which is 2 days later, she gets an email or she gets a call. It looked like she was playing hardball. Like, oh, where'd you have your girl hit me up? Send the fucking money or I'm not playing with y'all no more. I'm not getting on the phone with your girlfriend. Fuck you and fuck your girlfriend. Give me this money fucking now. And once that was declined, she calls back the cops a day later, 1223, and says, I want to press charges. Bingo. Stefon Diggs, man, come on, man. You fucking too many bitches to make this rookie mistake. And I'm not saying it's like I'm perfect because, trust me, I've been there. I keep telling y'all, I've been there with the worst of them for all these situations. So, okay. Let me make this smaller. Okay, there's more to the police report. Okay, cool. And then here, let's look what this says. At approximately 9:45, I spoke to Adam. She let me know she had changed her mind and she wanted to Go ahead with the filing. I will be applying for a criminal complaint against Diggs based on her statement to me on this date. Based on a statement, I'll be applying for a criminal complaint from Denham District Court with the following charges: assault and battery, and also strangulation and suffocation. Clear. Stefon Diggs was fucking that girl. Tried to get her out the way, and I guaranteed. You want me to call Lauren? I want to call Lauren. Nah, should I? I feel like I might call her. She's like at the family dinner. Stefon Diggs is fucking a girl. Cardi B is a new sheriff in town, and she's trying to clear out all the bitches that's on the playing field that Stefon used to fuck. So what probably happens is that Cardi's probably saying, yo, that fucking chef, she got to go. I guarantee, remember the dates where the chef was working or was told to go home? I guarantee Cardi B was at his crib. 100%. Nigga, I guarantee it. Somebody fact check me. Denham is in Massachusetts. Go look at Cardi B feed for the dates. This is the dates right here. 11/7 to 11/14. I'll even do it. Look, I guarantee she was there. I am Cardi B. Is it I am Cardi B or is this Cardi B? What's Cardi B Instagram? All right, it is I am Cardi B. Okay, so let's look at 11/7 to 11/14. Oh, she posts professional pictures. You ain't gonna be able to tell shit. Fuck. November 9th. November 12th. Okay, November 13th. It will be this video right here. Yeah, this is November 19th. So this is during the week. Well, actually, no, she has a date here. Never mind. She has a date. So this might be an older picture. Yeah. But she still posts pictures. The baby's wrapped in Patriots gear. Yeah. I think this is in the hospital. Somebody said she was having a baby then? Yeah. Chat, what does that say? If you dismiss your chef when your new baby mama just had the baby, let me see, when was Cardi B's new baby? Well, I guess she says it, 11/4. That's when the baby was born. So you got to imagine, let me see, look, where did Cardi B have her last baby? In a New York hospital. They probably went to where this nigga lives, right? Massachusetts, right? If he's telling the chef to go home, it's clear he's fucking the chef. Or Cardi thinks he's fucking the chef. I don't want that bitch around. Come on. The chef peeps game too. The chef ain't stupid. The chef still want to be paid. I ain't gonna lie to you, Stefon Diggs, you should have paid her. You paid her ass. You know you got a messy situation going on. Your new baby mama don't want to be around her. She shouldn't be around her. Pay the chef, send her home. You being a little bit cheap is causing you a lot of problems. And you're making $22 million. Here's a motion to impound the police reports, which, by the way, they did. So other than the police report you see now, you're not going to see it. Let me call Lauren. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, Chad. No, nigga, what the fuck? Oh, shit. All right. I'm going to wrap the topic after this, too. Chad, I sure know how to drag a topic, huh? Yo, I dragged this topic for 2 hours. Holy shit. Okay. Just give me 1 second, Chad. Okay, my bad. Should I call Lauren? Somebody said, are you calling or not? I probably shouldn't call, right? Yeah, fuck it. All right, y'all kind of know what this is, man. I feel like Lauren is such a journalist. She's not going to, read between the lines. He's fucking her. He's fucking her. It's clear. Homie has a baby, and he dismisses a chef. Now, I'm pretty sure his excuse is going to be, well, everybody, Cardi and maybe Cardi's family was staying in my house, so when they're staying in my house, I needed the extra room. Okay, right. Anyway. All good. Let's get to... What's the other topic we had in mind? Oh, a little bit of pocket watching. Damn. Oh, so the list just came out, the highest paid musicians of 2025. I am going to be quicker with these topics. Chat, I do have an appointment with fam today, so I cannot be here all night. But I refuse to stop streaming. Okay, Forbes. They have put out the highest paid musicians list of 2025. And by the way, Bet Maurice Winnie said you need the VIP plug for the Miami tickets for Miami show with Raw Wave. They actually invited me there. Raw Wave wants me to come to Miami. I don't know if I would, though. I'll let you know. Okay, so here we go. This year's top artists, and this is the highest paid musicians of 2025. A good old pocket watch, and let's get into it. Says, in a year where Beyonce became a billionaire, yes, she was certified as a billionaire not too long ago, and another billionaire pop super heroine, Taylor Swift, entered her engagement era with Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. Last year, the 35-year-old pop star announced, that's the weekend, he was selling a stake in his existing catalog for a deal reported to be worth $1 billion. It is not, however, a traditional catalog sale. He will retain stake in his existing master recordings covering the entire 6-album discography and have creative control over their usage. Any future recordings are not included, while the majority of the deal is made up of debt, which insiders may believe is convertible to equity. Forbes estimates that he will pocket around $200 million after fees. Okay, cool. Let's get into the highest paid musicians of 2025. And starting at number one, and I wish they started at the end of the list, we have The Weeknd. Not Friday, not Saturday, not Sunday. We're talking about the entire weekend. He's set to be earning $298 million, okay? The Weeknd released his 6th album, Hurry Up Tomorrow, in January, debuting at number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart, which did 490,500 albums, and it was sold in the first week. After pre-selling his 2026 show tickets in November, his After Hours Till Dawn tour surpassed $1 billion in gross revenue, making it one of the only 3 tours in history to hit 10 figures and become the highest earning tour by a solo male artist. He pocketed estimatedly $77 million in profits from more than 40 shows he played in 2025. Huh? Wait, hold on. That sounds crazy. Okay. Now I know Forbes does their like fact checking, but that does sound crazy. His tour made $1 billion and he only profited $77 million in profits? Now that, what? Okay. Cash, Sal, somebody at EXO, please give me some further guidance on this. Because I'm going to be honest. If a fucking tour makes $1 billion, it's no way the lead guy of the tour makes only $77 million in profit. That sounds ridiculous. So you're telling me my profit is less than, my profit as the guy who's the main face and the name whose tour it is, I make less than 10% of the gross revenue? I would think, I would have thought it would have been more than half a billion. If it's $1 billion in gross revenue, I would think it would net at least 400 or 500 million in profits. Then Weeknd will be taking home like 150 to 200 at least. But 77 sounds crazy. Wow. And they're basically saying his deal with Lyric Capital is the thing that really made sure he's number one. So he's at 298. He's at 298. 77 comes from his tour, and over 200 million comes from the other deal. Okay, so we got Taylor Swift, and yes, Taylor Swift. Bet Maurice, hit me personally, bro. Taylor Swift made 202 million. Wow, let's read about how her year was. How do you top the record-breaking Eras Tour of 2024? How about with the #1 album following the next year? Despite being released in October, Swift's 12th studio album, Life of a Showgirl, broke all sorts of records for 2025, including the biggest first-week sales in music history, surpassing 5.5 billion global album equivalent units and dethroning Adele's 25s. Damn. Wait, she sold over 5.5 billion global album equivalent units the first week? Wow. Not billion, million, I mean. Dethroning Adele's 25. What was Adele's 25's number? Oh, she did 3.5 globally, right? No, Billboard said that. What was it globally? Let's see, global. Why does it say global? Because Billboard really counts for the U.S., or usually they report mostly for the U.S. Okay, we'll get into that another time. All right, anyway. Swift also struck a streaming deal with Disney Plus for the rights of the final show of the Eras Tour and the 6-episode behind-the-scenes docuseries, to which Forbes estimates she took in about $80 million after fees. Wow. So for a docuseries with Disney Plus, she took in $80 million. Oh, my God. After fees, which means that should have been a big-ass deal. God damn, she's caking. All told, Swift's catalog of 16 albums, including 4 re-recordings, earned her the #2 spot on the list, just behind Bad Bunny. Wow. So basically, she was #2 behind Bad Bunny in global streams. So basically, they're saying $80 million came from this docuseries she did, but the rest came from, she didn't even do a big tour this 2025. Her Eras Tour ended in 2024. They're basically saying from catalog. Now, here's the difference between Taylor Swift and a lot of other people, and you're going to see with Bad Bunny, because he's probably going to be up somewhere on this, is that Taylor Swift owns her masters. And Taylor Swift owns the majority of like her catalog because she got her masters back. So that's why just her doing good, she don't need to necessarily tour as much in a year. This is her off year for touring. Let's look at the Eras Tour. Eras Tour dates. The Eras Tour, it started in hold on. It started in March 17th, 2023, ended in December 8th. So she didn't do a tour in 2025, but despite that, she still made over $200 million. And basically what this is saying is that she made over $100 million from her music, just catalog, streaming, and selling shit. Why? She owns her masters. Wow. Impressive. I love that for her. Beyonce's number 3. She made $148 million. Let's listen to this. In April, Queen Bee hit the road for the 32-show Cowboy Carter tour, which brought in revenue of $407 million to become the highest-grossing tour in Billboard box score history. What? Oh, country tour. Okay. The fastest ever to cross $400 million. A groundbreaking strategy, Beyonce opted for a mini residency format, playing only 9 cities and setting a record for the highest venue for a female artist at SoFi in Los Angeles. All that success was enough to make her a billionaire this year. She now joins other 4 musicians with 10-figure fortunes. Swift. So these are the billionaire artists. Swift, Rihanna, Bruce Springsteen, and of course her husband, Jay-Z. Kanye was once on that list. He's no longer there anymore. Now, I do want to say this and be very fair. Drake is supposed to be on this list higher. And if you ask me, Drake is supposed to be either right behind The Weeknd or above The Weeknd. And I'm going to give you some, and I know some people will be like, you're just riding Drake's dick. Forbes is taking what's reported and what they could quantify. I just know from, not from Drake, but from my sources, Drake signed a $180 million gambling deal, which he's not going to want to report to Forbes. Right? He's not going to show Forbes the financials behind a gambling deal. So his stake deal for 2025 was $180 million. That already, or maybe they don't count that. Okay, maybe, all right, never mind. I might be wrong then. Maybe they don't count non-music things, right? Are they talking about non-music things for, yeah, okay. Scratch it from the record. Sorry, I'm wrong. Because I haven't reading through the Weeknd stuff. Even when they're talking about his catalog, they're still talking about music. They're talking about his tour. They're still talking about music with Taylor Swift. They're talking about her music sales. They're talking about music. So they're not talking about really how much money these people have earned. They're talking about musicians, highest paid musicians, and what they do in music. Drake's gambling deal got nothing to do with that. So got you. Sorry. My apologies. Cool. So it all makes sense. So yes, this list looks pretty accurate if we're only going off music. Kendrick Lamar makes $109 million. The top earning rapper of 2025. Lamar started this year by headlining the Super Bowl in New Orleans, attracting 133.5 million viewers. He used this occasion to perform his hit diss song, Not Like Us. It's actually unfortunate. They always got to bring up the song, right? Aimed at the 7th highest paid musician, Drake. Yo, Forbes is so messy. They try to be like, he used his big shows to take aim at the 7th highest paid guy. We'll get to it. This show reignited enthusiasm for Kendrick Lamar's 2024 album, GNX, which became the first hip-hop album to sell over 1 million units in the U.S. in 2025. Then in April, he kicked off the Grand National Tour with co-headlining SZA, who was number 20th on this list, and brought in $358.7 million and is now the highest grossing co-billed tour in history, dethroning Jay-Z and Beyonce's 2018 concert tour. 5, we have Coldplay, 105. We don't need to read how they made their money. Shakira is number 6, 105. We don't need to know that. But Drake comes in at $78 million at number 7, and we'll read how they claim he made his money. Having begun the year touring in Australia and New Zealand, Drake released a collaborative album, Some Sexy Songs For You, on Valentine's Day. By the way, let's look at the It's a Blur tour. I don't think Drake didn't tour this year, right? It's a Blur tour. When did that end? I believe that ended before this year. Yeah, that ended in 2024, if you guys don't know. So Drake didn't he didn't do a tour this year like Taylor Swift didn't either, right? So The Weeknd did a tour. Right? Yeah, obviously I went to it. The Weeknd did a tour. Beyonce did a tour. But Drake didn't do a tour, nor Taylor. So they're making money off music royalties, or if they do any deals related to catalog sale, or maybe some documentaries related to music. Okay, so Drake drops Some Sexy Song For You on Valentine's Day with fellow Canadian artist Party Next Door. He hit the road again to promote it in July. He played more than 40 shows across 2 tours in 2025. Oh, they say he did 2 tours. What? Drake tours in 2025. It's a Blur wasn't there. Oh, he did the Anita Maxwin tour. I forgot. These were these international dates that, yeah, like, I don't know. For whatever reason, I guess because it wasn't in the United States, it didn't hit the same, at least for me. So he did the Anita Max Win Tour, which was Australia, New Zealand's 12 shows. He did this. Oh, he did a Some Sexy Songs for You tour, which was in Europe. They did Wireless, Birmingham, Manchester, Germany, and he did OVO Fest, which was, I think he said it wasn't OVO Fest. It was just Vibes Cartel, but that was in Toronto. Wow. They're counting Vibes Cartel shows as his tours? Okay, whatever. And then it's estimated about $30 million for his shows. Okay, cool. He took home close to about $50 million in streaming revenue, and I think that would be probably one of the biggest takeaways this year. Him and Taylor are probably up there. Maybe Bad Bunny. We got to see where Bad Bunny lies. But him, Taylor, Bad Bunny, and just streaming revenue, they probably ate good. Bad Bunny's probably one. Bad Bunny's probably one. Maybe Drake 2, or maybe Taylor 2. Then Drake probably 3. That's definitely the top 3. Okay, he took home close to $50 million in streaming revenue from his 8-album catalog, which Forbes estimated as the second highest. Okay, second. Oh, I get the answer right here. Second highest catalog on the list behind Taylor Swift. So yeah, he's earning a lot of money via catalog. Bad Bunny, though, in terms of current streams, Bad Bunny was a leading global artist in streaming, I will say. Chris Brown makes $74 million, and we'll read how he made that. The 36-year-old Chris Brown started the year off by earning his second Grammy Award, his first in 13 years for 1111 Deluxe in the Best R&B Album category. In October, he wrapped the Breezy Bowl Stadium Tour, a career spanning 20th anniversary, which grossed $285 million in 4 months. Forbes estimates that Brown earned close to $60 million from the historic run. Wow. So we get to realize, like, a lot of times, well, still, this is even better. Remember, The Weeknd supposedly grossed or netted $77 million from $1 billion. At least Chris Brown earned $60 million from less than 300. So he gained at least 1/5. They're saying The Weeknd gained less than 1/10, which is a little bit crazy. But maybe it's the overhead, the production, all that. Who knows, right? With another $13 million coming in from royalties and an estimated 5.2 million album equivalent units he sold this year. Zach Bryan does $70 million. Bad Bunny did 66. Let's read how he did it. Bad Bunny was crowned as Spotify Global Top Artist for the 4th year this time, and with 19.8 billion streams. Forbes estimates that these sales filled the king of Latin traps coffers with just shy of $30 million. So yeah, he made $30 million. Drake made 50, and looked like Taylor made 80. So Taylor made 80 in like, we don't know if it's 80. It's between Drake made 50 in streaming, Taylor made 80 from streaming and sales. We got to imagine at least 50 from streaming, and then she does a lot on sales because she puts out these bundles and sells vinyls and all that type of stuff. Anyway, cool. Let's get back to reading Bad Bunny. So he makes $30 million from streaming, but the majority of the 31-year-old superstar's estimated 2025 earnings, about $40 million, came from the more than 30 shows he played this year in a blockbuster residency in his native Puerto Rico, which aptly named the No Me Quiero Ir de Aquí, which means I don't want to leave here. In addition to a role that arguably stole... Wait, he played 30 shows... What? He played 30 shows in Puerto Rico? Or I thought it was just in the Hispanic countries. Let me see. No way. Oh, my God. All right, let's get back to English. Oh, my God. Could we translate? Could we translate this motherfucker? Okay, I could just see the dates. Oh, wow. He really did 30 days in Puerto Rico. So people had to go to Puerto Rico to see him. Wow, he probably rose the GDP. Obviously, it's not a country; it's a territory of the United States. But he probably raised the economy there. Wow, holy shit! Salute to Bad Bunny. Wow, 30 shows in Puerto Rico and sold all of them out. And I think all of them were at the stadium, right? This is a stadium, I believe. Jesus Christ, can we get back to English? I mean, holy. Come on. Can we get back to English? Jesus. Well, I know a little bit of... Yeah, Estadio is, I believe, stadium. So this is a stadium they did it in. Wow, 30 stadiums tour in one island. Wow, that's crazy. Post Malone comes in at 62. And he he did a tour called the Big Ass Stadium Tour, which he made almost $200 million. And they're claiming he did a sold-out performance with 65,000 that's singing happy birthday to him. They're saying he took about $50 million as profits from his tour. Ed Sheeran, $60 million. Tyler, Creator, 53. Let's see how he made it. He had the second highest gross in rap tour of the year behind Kendrick, bringing in $174 million across nearly 100 shows. He surprised fans with the release of his 9th album, Don't Tap the Glass, 9 months after he dropped Chromacopia. He announced a new album 3 days before its release, selling $5 of tickets to the listening party and 197,000 equivalent units, landing at number 1 spot. Forbes estimates that the 34-year-old performer will have sold 9.75 million album units globally across his discography, generating about $25 million in net royalties. We got Metallica at 14 with $53 million. By the way, I remember looking at this list decades ago. Like 20 million was a lot. These days, these guys are like 200 million, right? Like, look, 2010 highest paid musicians, Forbes. And remember, this is why I was saying that I think Lil Baby has more money than Outkast, because let's not even go. Let's go 2005. Let's go 2005. 2005 highest paid musicians, Forbes, right? When we go there, you're gonna see the precipitous drop off. Like, obviously Rolling Stones, they were doing a crazy tour. Then U2, there's a bunch of these type of tours that were doing that. But then you're gonna see most artists in the 50 million and below range. Like, we're on this list at 15. So like in the top 5, 50 million will get you in the top 5 in 2005, right? In 2025, 50 million gets you at 15, not the top 5, just to show you how much money these are. By the way, who just said thank you? Hey, NHK says, thank you for these streams, Zach. I've been listening to you. I appreciate you so much. I'm glad these streams get through your day. All right. Billie Eilish comes in with $52 million. Congrats to her. Imagine Dragons. Well, I haven't heard from them in a while, but against it, they're still popping out here. $48 million. Okay, cool. Dua Lipa comes in with $44 million. Linkin Park comes in with $36. SZA. Okay, SZA comes in with $34. Let's read this. SZA's ticket to massive earnings in 2025 was co-headlining the Grand National Tour with the number 5 top earning Kendrick Lamar, which from which she took home more than $20 million according to Forbes estimates. In February, the 36-year-old artist won the Grammy for Best R&B Song, Saturn, her 5th career win. What the fuck? Give me a second. A little bit. Okay, Morgan Wallen comes in at number 21 with $33 million. The 32-year-old country star from Sneedville, Tennessee. It looks like all country artists comes from Tennessee, don't they? Apparently Nashville is like the home, and most of those places, like most of the record labels have a country music label based in Nashville. Actually, I've heard. First getting recognition on season 6 of The Voice, and is now the second highest earning country act in the world by Forbes count. In May, Morgan Wallen released his 4th studio album, I'm the Problem. Debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, now Billboard 200 with 493,000 units sold first week. Second biggest debut of the year behind Taylor Swift, The Life of a Showgirl. Wallen hit the road in June to support the album, visiting 20 stadiums. 20 stadiums and earning $24 million. Okay, there we go. Give me a second. Sorry, chat. Okay. 22 is Bruno Mars, $31 million. Okay. He did a residency. MGM was paid close to $30 million, and they're saying that's basically most of his money. Okay. They're saying his 3-album catalog still generated $28 million in gross revenue. Okay. There we go. Sabrina Carpenter, $29 million. Oh, wait. Give me 1 second. I want to go back up to the weekend. We're going to come back down to 23. How much did they say the weekend catalog generated? Oh, they didn't say, right? They didn't say. Remember we did the math on how much his catalog should generate per year, and we said we think his catalog should generate about $200 million per year. That's what we said for the weekend. Okay, we'll get back to it. But we get to find out, like, Bruno Mars, his catalog generates $28 million. Like, we could say that per year, right? Sabrina Carpenter, $29 million. Andre Bocelli, $25 million. Iron Maiden, $25 million, and I believe that's the end of the list. Impressive. Congratulations to all those people. And again, I issue an apology for the people who, I wasn't trying to inject Drake in the mix, but I thought it was overall revenue, and I do know he has a huge gambling contract. Yeah, I see Drake gamble all the time. But, yeah, so once again, we'll go down it. Weekend number 1, Taylor Swift number 2, Beyonce number 3, Kendrick 4, Coldplay 5, Shakira 6, Drake 7, Chris Brown 8, Zach Bryan 9, Bad Bunny 10, Post Malone 11, Ed Sheeran 12, Tyler the Creator 13, Metallica 14, Lady Gaga 15, Billie Eilish 16, Imagine Dragons 17, Dua Lipa 18, Linkin Park 19, SZA 20, 21 is Morgan Wallen, 22 is Bruno Mars, Sabrina Carpenter is 23, 24 is Andrew Bocelli, and then 25 is Iron Maiden. Any surprises if you ask me? I don't know, but it's probably naive of me. Beyonce like literally being in number 3 is a little bit surprised to me. But of course, I'm probably underestimating the fact that she went on this huge tour that was highly successful. Am I surprised by Kendrick? Nah, not necessarily. He went on a very huge, successful tour. Shakira, I didn't know she was still making that much amount of money. Drake, yeah, shit. Drake and Chris Brown are kind of like close. That's dope. All right. Now, while I'm at it, we're gonna keep pocket watching for a bit. Business Insider did something on Floyd Mayweather, and they exposed the shit out of Floyd Mayweather. Oh my God. Business Insider, I don't know who's paying them off or whatever. Maybe it's 50 or somebody who don't like Floyd, but they did a hit piece on Floyd Mayweather. Check this out. It was a typical scene for anyone familiar with the luxurious life that Floyd Mayweather flaunts on social media. The 40-year-old boxing champion sitting in a cabin of a private jet counting out a heap of $100 bills, talking about the envy that gets directed at him. Continue to hate, he said in a September video as he piled the stacks of cash in a clear plastic bag. You know, people only talk about winners. I'm a winner, so they continue to talk. Okay? Let me see. Do we have that video? All right, don't like we don't. Money Mayweather, as he calls himself, was indeed a winner in the ring. Ended his pro career in 2017 with a 15-0 record. He scored more than $1 billion in paydays for boxing, making him the 10th highest paid athlete of all time, according to sports business outlet Sportico. Since his retirement, he's fashioned himself as a business mogul who success keeps him in Bugatti cars, Richard Mille watches, Gucci clothing, and opulent mansions. I'm financially set. I want to let everybody know this, he said in 2021. Every property I have is paid for. My jet, paid for. All my cars are paid for. I own $1 billion buildings. Everything is no longer paid for. They're exposing him, if you don't know. Mayweather took out millions of dollars in mortgages on his homes last year. A Business Insider review shows he also faced a string of lawsuits and liens that say he owes money for a Mercedes Maybach G-Wagon. Wait, they make Maybach G-Wagons? What the fuck? Jet fuel, which obviously is for his jet, and garbage collection at his Las Vegas mansion. So it looks like they've pulled all his debt. At the same time, he's trumpeted a major entry into the big league. Commercialized real estate. Starting in the fall of 2024, Mayweather talked about spending blitz on commercial property in New York through his newly formed real estate firm. Splashy moves that earned him a featured spot at the prominent real estate conference with a session titled Real Estate Knockout, the Floyd Mayweather Strategy. Give me one second. The Floyd Mayweather Strategy. The big talk doesn't always end in big deals, though. Business Insider found. Chat, they're exposing him. Mayweather's social media last year promoted an article that he reported that he made $100 million in his portfolio of a Manhattan luxury high-rise apartment towers owned by the Go Partners. People with knowledge of this investment said Mayweather put a nominal sum late last year and did not invest further, and his initial equity in the deal was later absorbed by the Go Partners, leaving him with no stake. The portfolio of the buildings was eventually spun off into publicly traded entity. In February, Mayweather also said he bought a portfolio in a rent-regulated apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan for $402 million, declaring that all the buildings belong to me. I don't got no partners. Business Insider previously reported that there were no property records showing an outright or majority sale. Meanwhile, in the last 18 months, 2 of Mayweather commercial properties have been foreclosed, and he's at risk of losing his Las Vegas business or building that houses his strip club, the Girl Collection, over $52,000 in back property taxes and penalties. He's also been accused in lawsuits of failing to pay for millions of dollars in luxury items, including watches and high-end jewelry, allegations he has disputed. Mayweather has been pursued by creditors over Air Mayweather, which is his plane, the Gulfstream jet that's been the symbol of his mega wealth. In December, FAA records showed that he had sold the plane, and he sold mansions in Beverly Hills and Miami to 2 of his real estate partners. Business Insider reviewed hundreds of pages of public records, interviewed dozens of current and former friends and business associates of Mayweather finances and his team, which includes a convicted felon who has been named in several lawsuits against the boxer. He doesn't seem to have the guardrails that were in place. Mark Trados, a Las Vegas attorney who represented Mayweather during his professional fighting career in various business and legal matters, told the Business Insider. When you've got professionals that are doing the right thing for you, you're a little bit better protected. When you're out there on your own, your protection is dropped. Mayweather's lawyer, Bobby Samini, said Mayweather is not experienced in financial strain and works with a team of seasoned professionals. Mayweather rose from poverty and became the greatest champion in boxing history, transforming his talent and discipline into an undefeated legacy in a highly successful business empire. Creating unfounded narratives, misrepresents the truths. So this is one of Mayweather's people talking, and minimizes his achievements, which is achievements of an individual who has risen from adversity to becoming one of the most successful athletes and entrepreneurs of his generation. Mayweather said that he has embarked on a road to mega wealth in 2007, a decade into his professional fighting career, where he bought himself out of his contract with the promoter and founded his own company called Mayweather Promotions. The arrangement allowed him to cut out the middleman and negotiate larger proceeds from the pay-per-view ticket, food and beverage sales. He dished his original name, Pretty Boy Floyd, and christened himself Money Mayweather. In the ring, his defensive technique and lightning counterpunching made him a winner, even if it deprived fans of the drama of a ferocious knockout. He embraced the role of the villain audiences wanted to see bloodied, which enhanced his bankability. There can't be 2 good guys, he said, leading up to a 2007 fight against Oscar De La Hoya. I chose to be the bad guy. Showing off his enormous payouts and Playboy lifestyle were part of the provocation. He enjoys, or he understood the dynamics of entertainment, says Derek Poindexter, a boxing promoter. People just tuned in to see him get his ass whooped. As the earnings flowed in, Mayweather kept his fortune where he could see it: bricks of cash, high-end cars, real estate in Los Angeles, Miami, and his home base in Las Vegas that he owned debt-free. He liked the tangible element of having cash in his hand, watching it come and go, said David Levi, who worked close with Mayweather from 2010 until his last professional fight. Dave Hall, Mayweather's accountant in early 2000, said Mayweather spent heavily without selling aside enough to pay his taxes. In 2017, he paid the IRS $22 million in back taxes, records show. In 2023, he settled with the IRS to pay $5.5 million in back taxes and another $1.1 in penalties, according to a settlement filed in U.S. Tax Court. The core group around Mayweather began to break up once he left the ring. He parted way with Al Heyman, his legendary boxing manager from the early 2000s, until Mayweather's retirement, and Leonard Ellerbe, the longtime CEO of Mayweather Promotions. His uncle and longtime trainer Roger Mayweather died in 2020. Mayweather has said that his father, Floyd Sr., and also former professional boxer, suffers from dementia. A more recent key figure in Mayweather's life is Jonah Resnick, the scion of a well-connected Los Angeles family who gained notoriety for his role as a government informant following his 2016 guilty plea in a sweeping New York City corruption case. Resnick testified in a federal court that he had delivered a Ferragamo handbag stuffed with $60,000 in cash to a powerful union boss in exchange for a $20 million investment in a hedge fund, which then lost $19 million of it. He's scheduled to be resentenced in January. After the scandal, he returned to LA to reinvent himself as a jeweler to the stars, including Kim K and Shaq. Multiple jewelers and other creditors hit Resnick and his jewelry business with lawsuits that accused him of failing to pay or repay loans or pay for jewelry. Most of these cases were settled. 3 ended in judgments against Resnick, including one for $17.7 million awarded by an LA court in 2023. He's appealing that decision. His relationship with Mayweather, who was a jewelry client, flourished, and Mayweather credited him as an architect in his post-boxing success. He says, when your career is over, you got to make smart decisions. He said, but a close friend of mine, Jonah Resnick, he's a great guy, great person, helped me a lot. The two frequently traveled together, including a trip to Israel after the October 7th attacks, where they were pictured with the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Closer to home, they attended NBA games, and Resnick was seen sporting a baseball cap with the TMT logo, the Money Team, which is Mayweather's apparel brand, and the nickname for his posse of friends and bodyguards and close associates. As his influence grew, so have Mayweather's real estate ambitions. By Mayweather's account, his foray into commercial property and investing began more than a decade ago when he met 2 New York City real estate executives courtside as a Knicks game. In a meeting the next day, one of the executive, Jeff Sutton, enchanted the boxer by explaining that while he earned staggering sums of money during his fights, give me 1 second. Okay. During his fights, real estate generates profits as investors sleep. Mayweather said that he began investing as soon after pouring $5 million into a deal that paid him over $50,000 a month in proceeds, and which is an impressive 12% return. Since late last year, there's been headlines about bigger deals, including Gold Partner Venture. Last December, he said he had purchased a building in New York's Diamond District for about $20 million as his gift to his then 3-year-old grandson. I think that's a young boy's kid. Property records show that a company tied to a jeweler, Avi Davidovid, bought the building in June 2025 from his longtime owner, and he declined to comment. In the months leading up to the real estate announcement, he began to free up a bunch of cash against his personal real estate portfolio and his jet, which is since sold, so he sold his jet. In 2024, Resnick introduced Mayweather to Don Hankey, a billionaire specialty lender in Los Angeles. He rose to prominence in the lending business by providing car loans to buyers with poor credit. He's best known for posting a $175 million bond for President Trump. Over the next year, Mayweather borrowed $54 million from him at roughly a 9% rate to fund other ventures. His lawyer told Business Insider he used as collateral 14 residential homes, his Las Vegas strip club, and his jet, according to him, for this loan. This is the billionaire Don Hackney that Mayweather borrowed $54 million from. In a loan, according to his deal, a portion of the debt was cross-collateralized, which means it was taken across a collection of Mayweather's assets rather than small loans tied to individual properties. The structure is inherently more risky since in the event of a default, the borrowers could lose multiple properties at once rather than one asset at a time. Hankey said that working with Mayweather gave him some insight into the boxer's finances and his wealth. He said, for instance, it appeared largely anchored in the value of his personal homes. When he searched Mayweather's credit history, not much showed up. He says, I think some people buy stocks, some people buy bonds and put their money into a bank, and I think he puts his money into houses. Before he came to us, I don't think he tried to borrow very much. Samini, who's Mayweather's lawyer, said that Mayweather had been an ideal client for Hankey. Like many other sophisticated business people, he borrowed against substantial equity in his portfolio to fund other ventures. In February, a Las Vegas commercial building that Mayweather bought for $3.6 million was sold at an auction to his previous owner. This summer, 2 condos that he owned at the Trump Las Vegas residences were seized by Clark County for unpaid property taxes. They were then returned to Mayweather after he made the $21,000 payment. Last month, a $568 lien was put on his mansion for unpaid trash collection. A Texas aviation fuel supplier sued Mayweather companies in June over what they said was $137,000 in unpaid bills, which is jet fuel for his jet. FAA records showed that a lien was placed on the aircraft for another $358,000 for maintenance work. That same month, AJ Ramey, which is Mayweather's former pilot, complained that on social media that the boxer had trashed my reputation and relationships by never paying his jet debts. Mayweather has since settled his maintenance bill and the lien that was removed in August. He didn't respond to the jet fuel lawsuit, and in October, a default judgment was awarded in favor of the jet fuel company. The FAA has not released specific details about the sale of the jet, such as the name of the buyer or the price. Ramey says that he still owed money for his work as Mayweather's pilot. Mayweather harped on loyalty, hard work, determination, doing business the right way, to be betrayed and watch it dwindle, and have someone who had profound impact on you in a good way turn around and burn you like that. I'm still working through it. Samini, which is Mayweather's guy, denied that Ramey's owed money or that it was betrayed. In 2023, a Los Angeles court awarded a Nigerian media company $2.4 million judgment on a claim that Mayweather was paid $210,000 for appearances in Africa they never made. He has denied the allegation, and his appeal was denied. The judgment is not paid, and it's swelled to almost $3 million with default interest, according to an attorney for the Nigerian firm. Rushness, which is a recurrent character in some of these lawsuits brought against Mayweather in the recent years. In 2024, for example, Leonard Solmanov, a high-end jeweler in Miami, filed a lawsuit accusing Mayweather of stiffing him on a $3.9 million bill for various jewelry and watches, including a Patek Philippe 5980 and two Richard Mille's 3502s. Solmanov said in the lawsuit that Rushness, though not named as a defendant, set up the meetings where the jewelry was shown. Mayweather never filed a response, and the case was settled out of court. In September, a Las Vegas car dealership sued Mayweather, accusing him of leaving his lot with a $1.2 million Mercedes Maybach G-Wagon and never paying for it. Rushness asked for more time. The lawsuit said that Mayweather ultimately signed a legal document promising to settle the bill. He then was sued. He sued the dealership for fraud, alleging that he'd been sold a bad car. Both cases are still pending. Business Insider found 3 cases where Mayweather and Rushness have together been accused of fraud and misrepresentation, including promoting a cryptocurrency and alleged pump and dump scheme and allegedly defrauding an investor through a ticket resale operation. In each of these lawsuits, Rushness, who's identified the person allegedly facilitating these deals, Rushness and Mayweather have denied wrongdoing together. In the third case, Jason Weiner and Rushness, Mayweather and someone else, the CEO of the property, investment property, accused them of hawking access to celebrities, including Elon Musk, and failing to deliver. Wow. He endorsed several cryptocurrencies. One deal resulted in a $600,000 settlement loss with the SEC. Oh, he had to settle for $600,000. Another sparked an investor lawsuit. Boxing and fitness, a retail gym chain modeled in his routines. It was sold in August. It was previously reported that more than half of the boxing and fitness studios, which once boasted 70 locations, have shut down. And a group of 4 franchises have sued Mayweather and company executives for allegedly making false and misleading statements about the business. Allegations Mayweather denied. His bigger poster time and paychecks have come from a string of multi-million-dollar exhibition fights, including against Logan Paul and John Gotti. In September, it was announced that next year he will be fighting former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson, who's 59, in an exhibition boxing match. Mayweather's take was totally on brand. I fear no man but God, he wrote on Instagram. Let's get it. Note, Floyd Mayweather has filed a defamation lawsuit against Business Insider in connection with a previous story about Mayweather's real estate investments. The case is pending, but Business Insider stands by its reporting. Interesting. You know what I think? I don't think Mayweather's necessarily going broke. I think he doesn't have business managers and he's bad with business. Most of these bills, it looks like he could cover. Like, yo, there's a $500 lien. Like, bro, that's just you forgetting to pay a bill, bro. You get what I'm saying? Some of these things, when it came time to when they seized his property and he owed $21,000, he clearly paid it. you know? So it's not like he can't afford these things. It's that he's been negligent in being on time and being responsible. Same thing for the jet fuel. He uses his jet, but he doesn't want to pay for it. Now, here's the thing. Where I do see some intricate business, and I don't want to call it bad business because I think it would take someone who's an accountant or a financial expert to really break down, is that he's doing a lot of cross-collateralization, and he's using, from one guy, he borrowed $54 million, which was debt. Now, the reason I'm not going to call Mayweather broke is that the most successful people in this country's history have always increased their wealth by leveraging debt and leveraging positions, whether in the stock market or otherwise. They have not used actual cash. So I'm not going to hold Mayweather to a standard that said he has to use his cash that he's earned in his career to make more money. Most people in America have leveraged debt to make more money. They leverage debt for, credit lines, to buy houses or buy properties, to, for mortgages, and that will give a return over time. So I just can't, without the full financials in front of me, call him broke. I could call him, it seems like he doesn't have any type of, he's not responsible. That's for sure. But to say he's broke like he doesn't have it, I don't know if we can say that. But that's my opinion. You can have yours. Okay. I bet. Perfect. If you guys believe it, you guys let me know. By the way, I do got to take this. So I think there was a quick YouTube video on this. Here we go. Business Insider sue Floyd Mayweather. I don't think they talked about it much. Oh, and there was a. Okay, all right. There.
Reason why I take my time and don't shoot everything out there to you guys about different businesses that I'm involved with, because everything ain't for everybody. Because it's like this: if everybody claiming that I'm not that sharp and I'm not that smart, then why should I give you guys my business plan? Why should I reveal my business plan? It's obvious. If I've been a multi-millionaire and made over $1 billion by the time I was 40, I think I made over $1.2 billion with no endorsement deals, independent. So it's obvious I got some type of remedy, or I know what I'm doing. So, but I don't want to reveal it to the world. I want everybody to think what they want to think.
Floyd, Money Mayweather, just dropped a legal bomb on Business Insider. And this ain't just about clearing his name. It's about legacy, pride, and proving the empire he built is real. $100 million on the line. Reputation at stake. The truth still unfolding. So, what happens when the world's richest boxer, a man who built an empire with his fists, gets accused of going broke? This isn't just another celebrity meltdown or a clickbait headline. This is a full-blown war. Let's break it down. So here's the tea. Floyd Mayweather just dropped a $100 million lawsuit on Business Insider like a left hook to the jaw. Why? Because they ran a story claiming his massive real estate deal, a $402 million purchase of 62 apartment buildings in Manhattan, was completely fake. Yup, fake news. Journalist Daniel Geiger reported that there was no evidence of any sale and basically hinted that Floyd was capping for the gram. But Mayweather? He's not having it. In the lawsuit filed in the Southern District of New York, Floyd accused Business Insider and Geiger of defamation, harassment, and straight-up character assassination.
Okay. I think you guys got the gist of that. Have y'all seen 6ix9ine did an interview? And, of course, he's popping his shit yet again. Not really much to add to this, but I did want to play the clips. Here is some clips from the interview. First of all, hey, I don't know if this is ever possible, but if I could ever, I got to try to get 6ix9ine and Savage to squash whatever they got. Chat, is it a big deal that Savage was born in the UK? Like, honestly. Like, who cares? Like, I believe, like, Playboy Cardi was born in New York, and we kind of look at him like an Atlanta guy now. Like, people are born somewhere, and then they move really early in their life to another area. Savage moved there, like, at 7. Come on. Savage is he's a legal resident, a permanent resident of the United States. Which means like either he has gotten, usually that's like the final path to being on the road to citizenship. I think he's probably already a citizen at this point. You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, I don't know why, this is like a big deal to some people.
Nigga, we grab fucking passports to go see niggas like him, nigga.
Stop playing with me.
Now, I also wanted to debunk this. So DJ Vlad had a few guys on like his show. And I saw them brought up 21 Savage. Is it this? What the hell?
My mom's worked at KFC and
Well, let me
retired
finish.
from KFC.
Listen.
And I don't feel like I was in
hold
poverty.
on.
I just don't.
Understand something, right?
Go ahead, Oz.
There's like I said, I'm gonna say it again.
Go ahead.
There's a war going on outside.
Both of y'all niggas about that. They don't care about that.
I
But
got
they want to
something-
hear. They want to hear.
So,
the
Oz,
real.
China.
So what I want to.
Go ahead, I'll let China go. Go ahead, I'll let you go.
Could drop their flag without getting blooded out. But again, let me finish. And when a nigga can't feed his family,
son, you live in a suburban area.
Hold on.
So what is you talking about?
You want me to get into it?
Go ahead.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what is?
And a few people sent this to me, and I want to address it.
Look, I said suburban. May God
Nigga
bless
just
America. Suburbs, right?
That's
Suburbs.
2025 suburban.
Yeah, I'm off. Anybody know that? I'm China Brim. I have the right.
When y'all finish,
I got
wanna
20
give y'all
years
some
in the
very-
system.
No. So this is crazy, y'all, right? So when they finish debating, I want to give them some very vital information.
what did I
Me
get
being a
myself
journalist that I am, I want to give y'all very vital information that may be going over some of our heads.
About what?
So
Go ahead.
you want me to get into it?
Go ahead.
So 21 Savage, those of you that don't know, he has a U visa.
That's
So
what
I need everybody out there in the YouTube world, in the streaming world.
He had, I believe, what's called a U visa, but okay.
Pull out your phone and I need you to actually Google what is a U visa.
Confidential informant.
Okay, so we'll 21 Savage U visa. Now, I'm not gonna I could just pull it up. So a U visa. So there's something that in the United States, if you are a victim of a crime, it's like a victim visa, right? So like if you were harmed or the victim of a felony in the United States, and you were set to leave the United States, you could be extended additional time in the United States, as long as you're a victim of a eligible crime, which is a felony, and as long as you do whatever you have to do if the police require you to solve a crime. Now, I want to be very clear, and this is my understanding. I've talked to Savage about this, and he ain't tell me to say nothing, but I do want to also be factual with things, because I also don't like when people just, everybody's about paperwork, but nobody could bring the paperwork of him telling, right? Like this idea of like this Atlanta stuff, Savage ain't the one telling, okay? It's Gunna, it's Woody yakking them, and I don't know about Thug. Savage did get the U visa, okay? But and I think maybe I could get his own words. He could actually, let me see if I could use his own words rather than use mine. 21 Savage explain getting shot. So he had gotten shot, right?
It don't feel super low key.
Right.
Like I had a flashy car too.
Right.
So I ended up sliding it. Called 911 like, yeah, I'm shot.
Okay.
But first, that's how I knew Johnny was dead type shit.
Right.
So when I remember like the gun jammed type shit. So I had cocked it back again. And when I put my arm over the seat, he put his gun on my arm and shot me. So my gun fell out my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember us fighting over my gun. Then it went off one more time. Boom. I got shot right here in my hand from holding the gun type shit. Then he got up and he tried to run and he collapsed type shit. And then I remember that's when I had an iPhone then. This was probably like the iPhone 3 or some shit. Ugly ass iPhone. So goddamn, I remember like trying to unlock the phone to call 911 and like my blood kept drying up the screen type shit. So I remember I got out the car. But first, that's how I knew Johnny was dead type shit. Cause like after Buddy got out the car and ran, I remember I told Johnny like, pull off, bro, pull off, pull off. And then the car wasn't moving, but his foot was on the gas, but it was in park.
Right.
So the engine was just like,
revved up.
Then it was like some movie shit. The windshield wipers was like, but it wasn't raining.
Right.
And then, you know, the door, like when you got the door open, ding, 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 like the alarm to tell you close the door type shit. So I jumped out the car, I went and knocked on somebody's door. They ain't come to the door. So I went back to the car and goddamn, I unlocked my phone. I finally like, I didn't even unlock it. Back then it was like slide for emergency call.
Right.
So I ended up sliding it. Called 911 like, yeah, I'm shot. Woo, woo, woo. They get the asking all tight, just dicked out ass questions like, what the fuck, bro? Like,
I'm shot.
What street? Man, what the fuck you mean, what street? Who? I don't know the street. I'm just shot.
Right.
Type shit. So they like, I remember telling them like, my brother dead type shit. And then I remember laying there and I guess the nigga who was driving them niggas, he came looking for the nigga who was in the back seat. I guess he couldn't find the nigga. So goddamn, he rolled back past and I remember being on the phone because I thought they was finna ride back past to handle the business.
Right.
So I scooped back type shit. I was on the phone with the lady like they riding back past, ooh, type shit. Then I remember the police pulled up. I don't even think I told her. I think I just put the phone like down type shit and just did like that. Then the police pull up. So I get out the car because I'm a victim. I'm like, man, this nigga talking about put your hands up. He put your hands up. Let me see your hands. I'm like, bro, I can only put this arm up. Cause remember I told you he shot me in this arm. So I put the arm up. I'm like, I'm shot in this arm. I'm shot in this arm. He like, sit on the curb and put both of your hands behind your back. I'm like, man, I'm shot in this arm. I can't put it behind my back. He like, put it behind your back. So I think I just like mean this shit like that type shit. Then I sat right there for a minute. Then the ambulance pulled up. And when the ambulance got there, I remember the lady, it was a white lady. I wanted to see her like, so I wonder like how she doing type shit. But she was in the back of the ambulance. So they put me on the stretcher and shit. They cut my clothes open, put me on the stretcher. So she put me in the back and she was like, let's hurry up and get him to the hospital before the sergeant get here and he bleed to death type shit. Cause I guess like when you in critical condition, or some shit. Like, well, I don't even think I was in critical condition. I think I was just bleeding a lot.
Right.
I guess like they objective is for the detective to hurry up and ask you questions just in case.
Right.
Type shit. So she was like, hurry up. So they put me in an ambulance and we just went to the hospital.
How many times did you get hit?
6.
Damn.
And then
No vital organs though.
no vital organs.
So what do you think happened to you? He got friendly fire?
My brother?
Yeah, the one that was in the car with you.
No, I think the dude in the back seat shot him in the head.
Oh, okay.
Like when it first happened.
Right.
Cause he had his gun on him too.
Right.
But he never shot.
Right. So that's why when you're saying Johnny shoot him, he couldn't because he had already got hit.
Yeah. I think he got hit like off the rip.
Rip.
Type shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So what happened to the guy that was in the back that ended up collapsing? Did he live?
Yeah, he lived.
Okay.
He was paralyzed.
Right.
I don't know about now. Well,
Right.
that's what I heard. You know how you hear shit
Yeah,
in the
right,
street, but
right,
you don't know. Like,
right.
Yeah. He lived though. From what I remember.
Right.
What I know, yeah.
The guy, did they ever find the guy that shot you that was outside the car?
Yeah, they I don't know about it. I know they found 2 people, but I didn't know what they looked like.
Right.
So I couldn't tell like the police shit really. It was dark type.
Right.
Shit.
There we go. There we go. Now, the thing with the U visa program, and I want to be very clear about this, right? And I'm not capping for him or caping for him or nothing like that. I want to explain what is a U visa program. Yes, it is victims of criminal activity, and here's the eligibility. You're a victim of a qualifying criminal activity. Remember, Savage at that point is an immigrant. Yes, he got shot. You've suffered substantial physical and mental abuse. Okay, he qualifies for those 2. You have information about the criminal activity, right? If you're under 16, you're able to provide blah blah da da da, or next friend may possess information on the crime on your behalf. You are helpful, or likely to be helpful. Now, again, it's not that he told the cops, I'm not going to tell you who shot me. You would still, from my understanding, and this is my understanding here, you're still eligible for the U visa program if, to the best of your knowledge, you just don't know who did it. But you're trying to help them. Hey, I did get shot. You could tell them the story. Hey, somebody shot me there, blah, blah. Okay, so who shot you? I don't know how they look. You will still be entered into the program. Okay? It's for people who have been the victim of a serious crime. And when they say you've been helpful to law enforcement, it means that you're not refusing to either speak with them or tell them what happened. None of this says you have pointed somebody out. And I think that's where snitching comes in. So, again, from Savage's mouth and from everything that I know about this particular situation, Savage never identified, never confirmed, never did no lineup, said, hey, this is a guy who shot me. He basically said, I don't know how they looked. I was in the back seat. I couldn't really get a look at their face. But yes, I got shot and my best friend got shot in the head. To me, that is not telling. And I think if obviously we're in this like weird period where there's a lot of Atlanta hate, but that's not telling. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not telling. So I'm going back to the story again.
I couldn't tell like the police shit really. It was dark type.
Right.
Shit. So I think they got charged and then it got thrown out type shit.
You think about that? Do you think about that day? What could have been? What could you have done differently?
Yeah, hell yeah. But I ain't even want to really ride with him that day because I was really just trying to chill. It was my birthday.
Right.
We had some shit, like some drinking shit, some liquor and shit. We was finna get drunk. So I was really just going over there to kick it with him.
Right.
Type shit. So yeah, I be thinking about that. But the main thing I think about is like I heard his grandma on the phone telling him like, I'm ready. Cause he pick her up from work every day.
Right.
And I just used to think like, damn, I wish he would have just went and got his grandma instead, type shit.
Because he wouldn't have got his grandma, you wouldn't have been in the car, you wouldn't have been there, he wouldn't have been there, and that day would have never happened.
Facts. Yeah. Oh God.
You've seen a lot of tragedy. Your uncle.
Yeah. Now I'll let this play, but I feel like you guys have the explanation if you do care for it. I think we've listened to like when Wack mentions the U visa program, he's going to mention one of the actual requirements, which is you having to, be helpful to police. But if you don't know nothing, they can't say you're not helpful. Okay?
So him having a U visa is actually him cooperating. Yeah, because we all remember the case he caught. See, a lot of people don't understand this shit. I understand. I'm a journalist, so I go back and actually look at all this stuff. And I know he just caught a case not too long ago, right?
Yes.
And he was going to be deported.
And Jay-Z
somebody
helped
stopped
him
it
out.
and
Jay-Z.
waved their leg and got in there and stopped it. Well, he has a U visa. So those of you that don't know out there what a U visa is, they are fucking contracted to actually help the police, or you won't be in this country.
Basically.
So while we all sitting around as street
That's
niggas,
what I was trying to get to.
blogging and fighting over who's a snitch and who's not a snitch.
Wow.
Y'all might want to look at that and take a very good eye on that because it's disgusting.
Thank you. Thank you.
So when 21 Savage makes that, he has a U visa, look it up. It's a public record.
Yeah. Wow.
And it says
Jay-Z
in
saved
Google, they are to cooperate with local law enforcement. Local and foreign law enforcement, to be exact.
That's a fact.
So while you Negroes
That's
sit
why
here and
I was
argue over
no,
niggas
I was
from the
with
UK,
you. I was
that's not
with
even
you.
from here.
That's why I was trying to pick up before he started. I'm like, you supporting him.
Listen. I'm trying to.
But
listen.
he's a stone cold snitch.
Listen.
False. Again, that's the explanation that I've gotten, and from my research, there's nothing else that the nigga never. You can't find any statement 21 Savage put on the books identifying anybody who shot him. I thought it was about delivering paperwork. So you don't have paperwork, now you just use it, it's a visa. They won't deny a victim if there isn't anyone that this person could snitch on. They're not going to say, hey, you better, you don't remember, or you can't identify who shot you. Well, make somebody up or you can't get in the program. It doesn't work like that. The nigga didn't know who shot him. What more do you want from him? Okay? All right. Okay, cool. Do I got time for one more topic, chat? I told you I am in like a time crunch a bit, so I apologize. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Well, we're actually gonna wrap with this one. Doechii. So Doechii is responding to people calling her industry plant. And Doechii has put up, she dropped a song with SZA. And in her new song, she seemingly has addressed Aiden Ross, Joe Budden, I don't even know, maybe me, but she's definitely addressing people who she's considered as haters who have maybe continued this theory that she is a industry plant, okay? Doechii seemingly addresses Aiden Ross' comments about the industry plant narrative in her song Girl Get Up with SZA. It says, all that industry plant shit is whack. I see it on the blogs. I see you on the chart. I see you in the chats. You suck every rap nigga dick from the back, but what's the agenda when the it girl is black? So that seems to be at Aiden, and clearly she's almost like insinuating, Aiden, you racist, okay? But what's the agenda when the it girl is black? Y'all can't fathom that I worked this hard, and y'all can't fathom that I earned this chart. These niggas is misogynistic. I'll address it on the album. For now, let's sink into the fact that hate don't make you powerful, okay? Yeah. Now, Doechii, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never in my history of covering the music business had an industry plant admit they were industry plant, because to the artist you wouldn't seem like an industry plant. Now, it's really one of two things, and I don't want to just, belittle anything you've ever done. It is completely a possibility that you have a audience that maybe the likes of me, Joe Budden, and Aiden Ross. And by the way, I don't like how they when things like this happen, they try to lump all of us as like, yo, you guys just don't fuck with this type of stuff. It's almost like it's like they typecast us, right? So maybe there's a world where Doechii is just really popular and she's really beloved in a world that we're just not in tune with. And the lack of being in touch with that type of world, we think that her accolades are not with merit. We think it's given, it's bought, it's paid for. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think both of them, two things could be true. If you ask me, I do think Doechii has a audience. Now, you have industry plants with no audience. I do think Doechii has a audience. Now, is that audience more inflated? I would say yes. Because when I hear about her, remember the YouTube stat was like, oh, she's the most listened to YouTube. They make it seem like she's bigger than what I believe she is on a mainstream level. So I'm not saying she don't got no audience, but they try to make it seem like she's bigger than what she is. Okay? Now, the second thing after, okay, do I think she has an audience, is I'm going to be honest with you, Doechii, what gives off plant vibes is when, a general newcomer like yourself gets given all the accolades at these award shows. Nicki Minaj has been in this goddamn game for 20 years. I don't think they still ain't give her a Grammy. They still ain't want to acknowledge. It took decades for them to acknowledge Nas in the way he should be acknowledged. It took a while. So when a chick that comes in that people are skeptical about her organic grassroots upbringing and maybe how big her audience is, because it looks a little sketchy, like she has an audience, but is it that pervasive? And then this person wins all the fucking awards, like sweeps everything. Like she's basically, the establishment says to her, you're the best thing ever. Take all these awards. You're better than everybody else. It's going to give plant vibes. So I don't want to discourage a young black woman like Doechii who is working, I would hope, to legitimize in the eyes of many doubters and detractors about her art. So I want to encourage her. But I do want her to understand that it's coming from a place of not just necessarily hate. And maybe she thinks, oh man, it's the niggas that don't fuck with Kendrick that's saying it. No. I think people are genuinely curious and confused how all of a sudden you have came out the gate to a position where you're winning all the accolades. You seem to have this huge audience despite people really knowing your catalog beyond a few songs that to some they might call elevator music, because it's not like it's like so pervasive. So it's going to come across as hate. And I'm not going to lie. I understand you taking aim, and I don't have a problem with you taking aim at Aiden Ross, or even if you did take aim at me, because when Aiden Ross said his comments about you, it felt a little bit mean-spirited. Felt like, he was putting you down. Number one, Aiden isn't racist, but he felt like he was putting you down because maybe out of ignorance. Like, who the heck is this? You may have used the B word. It's like, who the heck is this? But I don't believe it's because you're the it girl that's black. I think there's a lot of, and I hope Doechii doesn't have this Meg Thee Stallion syndrome. You know what the Meg Thee Stallion syndrome is? She can't believe that people don't like her as much as she think people should. And and she turns that into, oh, y'all are just hating. So if Doechii could understand that, she'd realize that there's still some more work to do. There's still some more work to do. Take it as a challenge. Keep it going. But this idea that, and she said she's going to get into it more in the album, that everybody's going to be just over this industry plant thing. No, Doechii, people think you're a plant because you have plant tendencies. You win all the award shows. Like, people have heard either a handful or maybe none of your songs, yet you seem to be the most, overhyped. We're seeing things that would normally take an artist 10 years. You're doing it out the gate. And then usually the thing about hip-hop is that you could feel a movement. You could feel something that's happening around you, whether you're into that song or you're into that shit at all. And the thing with Doechii is we can't really pinpoint it, and that's the problem. Okay? Doechii, I'm wishing you luck. I'm hoping for the best for you, but I will say that abundantly, these questions that people have for you aren't just based in hate or people not liking you because you're a black woman. And please don't turn into that. There's a few artists that they then blame any shortcoming on, oh, it's just because people don't like dark-skinned women. Don't do that. But I will say, I hope she takes it as a challenge. There's more work to do. I'm not offended by what she said here. She's allowed to pop her shit when people say shit about her. But I hope she realizes it's not just hate, but you got much more work to do. People think you're a plant, not because they hate, but because they're confused. Okay? Chat, I got an appointment I got to get to. I got to go meet up with some people. And I unfortunately do got to run. I love y'all. And I want to say thank y'all for tuning in today. I didn't get to all my topics, but we will make up for it tomorrow. So I apologize for that. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Till next time, until tomorrow. We're at the end of the year. We didn't even do none of the wrap-up stuff today. So we're going to be limited on topics, and we got to do wrap-up tomorrow for the end of the year. Okay, chat. I'm sorry. I know it's only a 3 hour and 20 minute stream, but I will see y'all tomorrow. All right. I love y'all. Catch y'all tomorrow.